Hey, Sassy fam, welcome to your Thursday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. Not too much to note this morning, other than to just remind folks that yesterday on my YouTube community page, as well as my Facebook page, I put out the anticipated schedule for everybody's in-depth collective bonus reads. Aces, baby. Yes, aces for the new year. And it has been so fun to catch up with you all at the in-depth level, right? And really getting to see where people are, their determination of how they're going to finish out the year, what they're looking forward to in the new year, plans, ideas, confirmations, actions, and of course, the unexpected aces as well. I mean, that's half tarot. It's not just to confirm what we're doing, but also, you know, what's coming up. Maybe we'd like to know. Maybe we could have some fun with it. I agree. That's why we look, yeah? Anyway, you guys, I do hope you enjoy your upcoming in-depth once more. Posted on YouTube community and Facebook and all that jazz. All right, you guys, today we're going to go ahead and do a layered open read. So that's just going to be layered baseline. We're going to do some advice and then some really comprehensive layered oracles as well. And I decided to go ahead and re-include once more that 20-sided die I have become so fond of. Okay, you guys, like always, take what resonates, leave what does not. If there's more than one energy clearly apparent to you on this board today that I personally did not see or call out, then you feel free to reverse those energies as you see fit. These are, after all, general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate, which is frustrating, I know, but it's also normal. Check your other placements, you will find yourself in there somewhere. You guys, I will see you for some shorts. I will see you for the Sunday check-in. Like always, your sign will be timestamped in the description box as well as the comments, because I got to. And I will see you at your sign. Leo, you're up first. Let's take a look at Leo, please. What is going on for that Leo collective? Show me, Leo. What's going on, please, for Leo? The sun, beautiful. The Knight of Cups, oh yeah. Ten of Cups. That Temperance, just lovely. Can we stop there, please? Can we just take this, incorporate it as, yes, this is our truth, affirm, affirmation, confirmation, and just go with that. Let's just go with this. Yes. Yes, let's stop there. Thank you. I know. Page of Wands, Three of Swords, the Hierophant. You know, that still, it's amazing. The Moon, the Fool, the Three of Pentacles, the Four of Wands. Wow, lots of good work here today. I mean, that's phenomenal. You are showing me, straight away, that was impressive right there. The Sun, the Knights of Cups, Ten of Cups, Temperance. Wow, there is so much love here between yourself and someone else. And Ten of Cups is a fairly large dynamic, but you're showing me a vulnerable heart space towards it. In other words, it makes you very happy to give the best of yourself to a Ten of Cups. And that could be, you know, one or two very close folks or a whole network, 20 to 30. Ten of Cups, like I said, is fairly comprehensive. It does hit closer to home because I am seeing a Four of Wands here. But Temperance here is absolutely beautiful because so much love there. And there's so much rejoice in that love, and it's very healing. It's very restorative. You're saying that your heart seeks it out over and over again. You give to it, you're vulnerable with it, you heal with it. It's just so lovely and saturated. It's like, this is where my heart belongs. This is my people. These are my people. They get the best of me, I get the best of them, and we heal each other. Very strong ties this Leo has, I'm looking at. A lot of emotional enrichment between yourself and those who are the closest in your life, and it gives you joy. It makes you happy, and it's almost like you're saying, this is what it's all for. This is what it's all about, right here. I give the best of myself to this, and it gives back to me, and it makes me feel good. It heals me, and it gives me perspective about myself and my life, right? It's saying you know where your heart belongs. In summary, and it's a beautiful place. You wouldn't have it anywhere else, and that's absolutely gorgeous, honey. Page of Wands, Three of Swords, the Hierophant. There's a sense that the more we deepen our commitment to this, once more, you're showing me family, you're showing me commitment, possibly marriage. Okay, the Four of Wands, the Hierophant is here, plus the Ten of Cups. So whatever this is, we're deeply committed to it, bare minimum. And you're saying whatever aches that have come and gone in your heart, and there will always be those. Okay. Page of Wands, Three of Swords, the Hierophant. The more you deepen your sense of commitment to this, and you find yourself in it, the more you understand where your heart belongs, your happiness belongs. And you're saying it seems like whatever heartbreaks are of the past are very trivial in comparison. And so it would be. You know, it's like as long as I have this in my life, there's nothing I can't get through. In fact, whatever Three of Swords I've had, pain or rejection is minuscule. It's nothing. It's really nothing. There's nothing I can't get through or work through so long as I have those closest to me in my life. It's very beautiful. The Moon, the Fool, Three of Pentacles, Four of Wands. Now, after I get out of that lovely, lovely dreaminess, which I completely admit on my own free will that that's vague, but it's a beautiful sort of vague. Wouldn't we all love to be saturated and just bathe in that sort of vague? And it's beautiful. I actually see something down here that relates to reality. You're saying that there are some things coming up that you're uncomfortable with, but you're going to open yourself up towards it as it relates to a relationship, particularly the construction in it. You're saying that there's some work that needs to be done. We're bringing it back down to reality. You say that there are some parts here that need a little bit of contribution. Three of Pentacles. I'm not saying this as a friendly relationship. Not at all. This is something that requires you to open up the Moon and the Fool and put some work into a relationship. It could literally be your home. It could be some connectivity points that are a little bit loose in the homestead, and you're wanting to tighten those up, okay? Give them more anchorage, if you will. I don't quite know. But it's a plan of action for you. You say it's a little bit scary, though. It's a little bit scary to open up and put some active work into either a relationship itself or the actual metaphor of one. My home, right? This is my nesting area, something like this. And you're like, I would rather kind of meet it where it is, put some work into it, than not. And you know where that's coming from? It's really understanding what you have back here. You're saying it's worth you to try. It's a little bit scary, though. It's going to require you to put something into this that requires work or endeavors that you're not familiar with. That's what's interesting to me. But given the strength of your emotional commitment here and your own sense of healing and temperance, and that there's nothing here you can't commit to so long as you have this behind your back, you're saying, I can do these repairs. I can do what's being asked of me. But you're saying, I won't ignore it, though, with the Moon or act like it's not there. I want to give it something of myself, the Fool, Three of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. So that should be some good work there. You have to excuse me. I'm not seeing it as the relationship because it seems so emotionally tied for you. You seem to know your place here unequivocally. There's no question in that, in your heart space, and where you allow yourself to feel vulnerable and healing. And you're saying, because of the strength of my own convictions and my own sense of commitment here, there's really nothing here I can't overcome. So this is looking more like you're going to open up and do some work in your actual environment that's very close to you. Okay. But you're saying it's for the betterment of everyone, even if it's a little scary. So perhaps some of you are literally working on your homesteads, taking on new project work, something that allows you to get out of the place of the mysterious and the unknown, and take on what looks like some sort of manageable investment if it means good improvements for everybody. Okay? Let's get some advice, please, for Leo. What you have, and this is what I really want to point out for the Leo I'm looking at, you have what people yearn for. That sense of emotional security, and I can overcome anything as long as I know I have this in my life. So for the Leo I'm looking at, you have achieved this, and I would say congratulations to you. And when you have something like this, we tend to put some good work into things, even if it means stepping into the unknown, because we want to protect it. We want to make sure our legacy continues, okay? And that we continue on in our place of emotional security with the people who matter most in our lives. So I'm not saying this all falls into your lap. This took work. This took years with temperance here to have that level of emotional maturity with other people in your life, that kind of development and that sense of there's nothing I can't overcome. And, you know, my commitment to them and myself means everything. So you already have that in place. That's a good portion of life work right there. A lot of people struggle with that. That's why a lot of people watch tarot. Can I have something like this? After a great deal of work, yes. The Moon, the Fool, Three of Pentacles, Four of Wands. I insist you are going to take care of something. The Sun's in reverse, the Knight of Swords, the Hermit, that you're saying it requires direct action to fix because it's an unhappy element, the Sun's in reverse. Again, back here, a sunny disposition of happy emotional healthiness and harmony between yourself and others. You're saying there's an element in here that's unhappy and we're going to sort it. The Hermit is based on wisdom, experience, okay? A healing bath for some of you. A healing path based on wisdom and experience. So in other words, knowledge, the application of it with the Knight of Swords about an unhappy element that in other words those in the household are not happy with, and neither are you. The plan here, literally, this is a plan, is to fix it. Okay. We're going to get on that. All right. Again, it's coming across as actual put work into it energy that everybody can benefit from. It is coming across as fixed it. Let's get to it then. 5 of Wands, the Lovers, the World. What's that about? What's that about? We don't want to fight with our significant person. Okay. We're trying to soothe the tensions here. It's a little further out, 3 of Wands. There's a loose agreement between yourself and someone else to put work into something and see results. We don't want to fight with our person of significance, particularly that argument. I don't see them as being absent from your life. It's in that respect of, if we both put work into this, kind of wait and see the results, and that would ease the tensions between us. Okay? So right now we don't want to argue with our person. All right? But we need some patience and some can-do work and attitude around what looks like a real setting, a home environment. Okay? I think you two are going to be okay. You want to settle this argument. We don't want to stretch it out any further than it already has. Okay. Very good. I'm not seeing loss of connection. I see, in fact, an amplification of commitment at the emotional level. Here, I'm saying specifically, I don't want to fight with my person. It means too much to me. And we've been, or they've been, waiting on this for a while. We got to trust the process. I agree. That's always good advice. Classic advice. There is a trust here of abundance. The means for this will come through. We have to trust the process. The abundance will be made available to us in time. Okay? This is going to get addressed. Let's get one more, please. In the near future, not too far from now. Very good. Okay. Trust that the funds or abundance, time, energy, and effort to put into this is real and accessible. Not too far out from now. Very good. Yeah, as I say, there's something here about the real tangible results in terms of money, time, energy, and effort that's going to take to do some, what looks like homestead repairs. Okay. We have to trust that it's going to be in place for ourselves, you know? We don't want to cause any more discord between ourselves and person of significance. I am leaning towards marriage or long-term commitment at this point. But you two are pretty secure. Mountain, number 22. Know that you're protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. Okay? Lots of good work here, overcoming the challenges, but we are reaching for something. Indeed. Okay, anything else? Okay, called it. For some of you, yes, 20, it involves marriage. Okay, this is a union. And what I see is that on the advice, we want the tensions to stop between ourselves and a person. We want to get on the same page with that kind of fix-it attitude. It does look realistic in terms of the work that's being involved for the actual relationship, homestead energy, household, that kind of thing. Everybody's doing their part, all right? And the fact that you are so emotionally secure in this and bonded to it suggests that there's nothing here that you don't want to do. And that you aren't willing to do, and it's looking like we have the support to someone else. You both have overcome challenges before, and you will continue to do so. Very good. Very good. Very excellent. All right. That is 20 and 22. Okay. Full moon in Gemini. Embrace the flow of life. Time, energy, and effort ebbs and flows. All right? Embrace the flow of life, and then also emphasis here on communication. Okay, last quarter moon in Pisces. Talk less, feel more. Communication, but also knowing when to stop talking. Feel more, open up towards each other. Keep that healthy cycle going. Absolutely, that's gorgeous. Embrace the flow of life. I just got done saying talk more. Remember the emphasis on communication, as Geminis want to do. But then also there is a point where we stop talking as much and we just learn to feel through each other more. Okay. It's a little bit of both. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this out. We have the number 13. We have the number 6. And 1. Okay. And why not? I think we made decent time. Let's go ahead and throw down some charms. We have the letter O. We have the letter B. We have the lotus flower. We have the medallion of, which is just kind of that beautiful sense of unfolding symmetry. I think you two understand each other well, okay? And you unfold well. It's not until we see the thing completely unfold in terms of its petals that we can really appreciate the complexity of symmetrical geometry. It's gorgeous. And then some of you just appreciate lotus flowers. Here we have the medallion of Pisces. I did see the moon here. Some of you might have some very strong Pisces in your chart, could be connecting. But the point is we have a wealth of emotionality that we keep within us. Okay, it's time to share that, especially here. I see that you are emotionally secure. And then for some of you, you can feel it, but perhaps for some of you, it's hard for you to express it. That's okay. It looks like we're in a very safe union here. All right? Feel free to express yourself. And then we have the medallion of Virgo, keyword here being practical. Again, once more, could have some very strong Virgo in your chart, could be connecting. And then we have the owl in reverse. There's something here we can't see yet. It's a little bit, like I said, a willingness to dip out of the unknown and keeping something in the mystery bracket so we become more wise on the particular subject. The hermit is not too big on staying in the moon. This is the willingness to kind of accept the unknown. I don't want to deal with it. It's mysterious, or I'm lying to myself. And the hermit says otherwise. We can't fix what we don't acknowledge or know. So here we're going to go from a place of there's something here I'm not very comfortable with, but we're going to turn that around and we're going to put our energy forward into fixing and thinking about it, contemplating it, actively pursuing solutions to something here. I say you two are on the right track. And given the background of this, like I said, it's quite beautiful and it's well earned between you two. Yeah, there's no reason why, given what I've seen here, we have to trust that we will have the outcome that we need and the funds we need to do what it is we're trying to do here with ourselves and this person. And it's good. It's good. All that to say, it's going to be okay. It looks good. Leo, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's going on, please? I have to tell you, I think I'm going to have to raise the bar on my caffeine intake today. I feel like we're below par today. And I'm thinking, we might have to take a break from the fire signs to the air signs. So yours truly can get a cup. I'm feeling a little dangerously undercaffeinated today. What is going on for Saggy, please? Show me Sag. I feel like, let's do one more. Let's see Sagittarius, please. That's better. What is going on for Saggy? The Fool. Two of Pentacles. Three of Cups. The Lovers. Oh, go on then. Go on then. Ace of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Cups. Like I said, go on then. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. You have a great day. Take care of you. Have an awesome time out there. Just bye. Go. Go get, yeah. Well, hell, right, Society, I'm looking at you. You being caffeinated is not an issue. You just go. Eight of Swords, the Knights of Pentacles, the Star, and the Page of Wands. Very good. And the Fool, Two of Pentacles, Three Cups, the Lovers. The long and short of it is I don't know if I should open up and take a risk on that strong connection. I really want to. You know who the Sag I'm looking at? Let's just take the mystery out of the box. Shall we just address the obvious? You want to connect with somebody very much, and it's almost successfully getting lost in translation there with the Two of Pentacles. It's maybe if I just water it down, the sensation will go away. And it might be a practical thing, guys, about when, where, and how to connect with this person. Absolutely. I can't, Two of Pentacles is still Earth, right? But the Fool, Two of Pentacles, Three Cups, the Lovers. I'm just saying from my perspective, it seems like unnecessary confusion. Like it just, everything else is logistical. It's like when, where, how, that can be solved fairly quickly. It's the spirit of the thing that's packing the most punch right now. So the Fool, Two of Pentacles, Three of Cups, and the Lovers, I'm just saying, You very much want to open up to someone of some significance. You feel it quite strongly. And it's nothing crazy here. Three of Cups isn't crazy. The Two of Pentacles isn't crazy. A little bit of Fool can go a long way. So the excitement is there. The natural sense of enthusiasm and wanting to open up towards this is there. I mean, you're not faking it. You really want to. So it's just this matter of how, though, when. Wow, when, how? How do I do it? When do they do it? How do we do it? Okay. Granted, because the Lovers is here, automatically takes two. Three of Cups, connecting or reconnecting with this. What it looks like is going to come down to those two as well. I know you want to. There seems to be an issue here about how to get the darn thing started. Two of Pentacles. Okay. So somebody's going to open up and do something. I can just tell you the energy is available to you as well as them. That means in some way they experience this too or feel it too. I read what's here, not what isn't. Okay. Ace of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Cups. There's a strong sense of reflection that I'm as excited about the idea of this today as I was yesterday. So in other words, the feeling is still with you. It still burns as bright as it ever did. Yeah. So what's stopping? Yeah. I know what my issue is. I need some coffee. But other than that, it's like the incentive is really high. Like the motivation is really high. The sense of spiritual and emotional connectivity is really high. So don't let my vocal tone and reflection fool you. All the parts are here. I'm excited for you by extent. But through my own extension, I'm trying to live vicariously through you right now. This is great. This is gorgeous. I want to feel this. This is great. So that means that both of you in some way are feeling. I can only see what's here, not what isn't. So who is going to kick this off? Eight of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the Star, the Page of Wands. This is what I do love about the Sagittarius collective. You guys will experience the Two of Pentacles like anyone else. You'll experience the Two of Swords like anyone else. You'll experience that pain in the butt, Eight of Swords, like anybody else. But of all the collectives, no matter where Sag is in your chart, you're the most likely to be like, I'm going to do it. 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 Because there's only so much you can play into the, I don't know, and the wishy-washy and all that. So while I respect your reflection, it feels as strong to me today as it did then. It still hits notes of Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. And I see that with the Star as well. It still feels like a connection that would satisfy me today like it did then. I don't quite know what that means. It is a little bit stretched out. But at some point, no matter how far this got stretched out, you, the Sag I'm looking at, want to overcome this Eight of Swords. This sense of procrastination, putting it off, not knowing what to do, rather insisting we don't know what to do. Eight of Swords is willful blindness, which is why, very accurately depicted in this deck, there's that sense of I can't see my own shenanigans. I'd rather not see how I bind myself. I'd rather not see how I'm not making a decision. I would rather not see that I have answers and a sense of direction like everybody else. No, I'd rather not see that because then I'd have to hold myself responsible, right? So it's a lot easier for people to delay, put things off, and procrastinate, acting like they don't have any decision to make. There's nothing to see here. We just know that that's not true, okay? So I'm glad that you're not allowing yourself, is my point, to getting lost to that, because you could have easily just kept doing that. So there's a part of you inherently understands how strong this is. You feel it. Three Cups at the end of the day, guys, is extremely doable. Okay? What you can't fix for people and what you can't make doable is the energy behind it. You either feel something this strong or you don't. A lot of people fuck around with the Three of Cups hoping to generate activity like this. The good news for you is that you already feel it naturally, inherently. That means it's organic. That means it's legit. Okay? Everything else is the sound and fury of our own sense of self-doubt getting in the way. So, Knight of Pentacles, no matter how slowly I see you pulling away from the dick around station. not acting like we don't know what to do or what train to get on. Yeah, you do. And the Star, Nine of Cups is one more variation of it. It's just the Star hits a little bit more in terms of Spiritual connectivity has a stronger punch. And the Page of Wands. Yeah, there's an opening up there. I'm assuming it's you because it's your collective read. Could be them too. Point is that somebody's actually doing something. Once they understand the significance of this to themselves and they stop kind of denying it, then they slowly, no matter how slowly, step by step, move in that direction. Just a little bit more. But yeah, technically, the energies are available to you both. It is coming across in that timing bracket that we would call soon. This would have been a good read for the aces. I honestly don't remember yours. I really don't. But there is a sense of timing in here, you know. But mostly, regardless if you call it December, January, February, there's a moment here, the Wheel of Fortune at that center of the reading that suggests once we realize, oh, I feel as strongly about this today as I did yesterday. That's when somebody starts to get out of that Eight of Swordsville and starts making a practical effort and or application. Okay? Let's get some advice. Let's get some advice, please, for Saggy and their person at this point. Let's take a look. Take a look. It's in a book. It's reading Rainbow. Do you remember that? No idea where that came from, but I love that show. I absolutely love that show. I loved it. It's not just a great show, if you know what I mean, if you grew up with that. For those of you who didn't, you probably have no idea what I'm looking or talking about, I should say. You can find clips of it. With your host, Lamar Burton, I believe it was. I'm sorry, I'm so bad with names. Ace of Cups, Three of Swords, and the Empress. Yeah, we got some background noise, you know. We have a strong sense of significance here. Someone's in that VIP category. Not because really of their status or their financial holding, but because of that level of importance that's been attached to them. They represent certain ideals of empowerment. Possibly attraction, but that sense of standing, you know. Emperor, Empress, Ace of Cups, Three of Swords. Yeah, there's love here. And there's some hesitation too. There's a fear of rejection in somebody's heart if they open up towards it. Well, that's what it is to be human. We're always going to have a little bit of Three of Swords. But there is that sense of fear, yes. Ten of Cups, Knight of Cups, the star there, it says again. Know that, you know, you, they, emotional security is a priority for both. I can see that you experience it. You look secure. You know what your heart's all about. You know how you would express your heart. You know what this means to you once more. It's the star. So long as you feel emotionally secure, Ten of Cups, then you have a base of operations, if you will. You know you can either express yourself towards this or you can't. But know what your emotional worth is. Not just what you perceive theirs to be, but yours too. Okay? There's a lot of love here. A lot of love on this table. No pun intended. It means a lot to you both. I hope that you two can open up towards each other. Okay? Don't quite know who gets the assignment. But like I said, it's whoever really understands that the strength of one's emotional conviction stands the same. It hasn't changed over time. Perhaps it might have started out with a fiery sort of intent, but it really heightened into a sense of wish fulfillment for somebody. I think the both of you, in some way. Yeah. Okay. You're ready. You're ready. You're ready, Freddie. No need to worry. Lovely. If you believe. Lovely. Very lovely. You're ready. There's all that sense of now. You know, maybe not in the next 5 minutes, but you're ready. There's no need to worry. If you believe this is going to connect the way it's supposed to connect, or it should connect, or it feels like it connect from these two people's hearts. Their sense of feeling and knowing themselves, and that this is where they want to be, or that it's correct for them. It's lovely. Eagle, number 9. You will soar towards your destiny with greater clarity and strength, rising high into that sky, getting the clarity that one needs. It's informative in some way, whatever this is. Number 9. And then number 12, Fool. Yes, have the courage to embrace change, take risks, and be adventurous. For you, that's a little bit easier. And number 5, celebrations. You are ready to bring new and exciting things into your life. This is really starting to feel more and more like New Year's. You know? Sometimes we need reason to celebrate. Sometimes we need reason to rise higher in the sky and see what's going on from someone else's perspective. Reasons to engage, reasons to be the fool, reason to open up and celebrate, you know. And for some of you, it could have taken place in your birthday season, which we are technically still in. I tell you, in my mind, I just already flew into Capricorn, but no, we're still technically in your season. So this could be anywhere between now, like I said, over New Year's. There's that sense of it's not far for the both of you, for these energies to be open and available towards each other. Yeah? All right, let's get some Moonology, please. Take a breather. Last quarter moon in Cancer. Take a breather. So long as you can breathe. Right? And take that breath before the plunge, eh? Sometimes you need that. Honor your feelings. First quarter moon in Pisces. New moon in Sagittarius, focus on the positive. And then unleash your kindest self. First quarter moon in Capricorn. Yeah, so it's kind of concentrated, like I said, between your season, Capricorn's, and which is rolling over as I see it into the new year. Let's go ahead and use that die, please. Any numbers of significance for you? Number 12, 1, and 15. Okay. We have 2 letters, I and B. They may or may not mean anything to you. We got lots of placements here. Cancer. Yes, one of their power cards came up. Yours, Sagittarius, as well as Libra, the keyword here being charming. You might have any of these critical placements in your chart, as well as could be connecting. We have the Dragon of Aries. Okay. Sense of empowerment there once more. And then also, one of my favorites, the jellyfish. Long-reaching tentacles here. Can be kind of a shock. But nonetheless, strong ties to the water or the feeling. All right. All right. Saggy honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's going on, please, for Aries? Show me Aries, please. What's going on for Aries? I just noticed you on the split, darling. There you are. Okay, acting as the King of Pentacles, and some of you might be really focusing on work or the homestead lately. Very good. What's going on? Let's take a look at Aries, please. Four Swords. King of Pentacles. So shall it be. The Five of Cups and the Emperor. There you are. Okay. Seven of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, they're dead set of reading. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, oh yes. Four of Wands, Temperance, okay, Three of Wands. Straight away, you're showing me my heart hurts, but you kind of keep that to yourself. I'm not saying I agree or disagree with that. It's just you're kind of showing me that kind of strong, silent type, which happens quite a bit. Just for a lot of folks, you know, it's normal for some people. Not everybody shows themselves so easily when they're hurt, and that's the Aries I'm looking at today. Okay. Four Swords, King of Pentacles, Five of Cups, the Emperor. There's a strong sense of I need to, practically speaking, take care of myself, keep my sense of self-worth at the forefront of my mind and energy. Okay, I'm a person. I've done pretty well for myself, and I need to take care of myself too. Show myself care and respect, but also with a certain firm disposition that perhaps not many know. You keep that to you. Okay. Again, once more for the Aries I'm looking at, it's quite specific. You pride yourself on being practical. You pride yourself on being a good provider. You pride yourself on empowerment and decision-making, okay, of a certain level of authority. But with that, for the Aries I'm looking at, is this sort of inherent sense of obligation to not go on and on and on when you're upset. It's just kind of like, I know when to be quiet, and I know when to take better care of myself. That's it. And you are showing me a sense of recovery around 5 of Cups. There's a sense of disappointment, hurt, regret. There's a soreness there. There's a sore spot for you. But you're working on it. You're working through it. You have not lost sight of your responsibilities. You're saying there's still a lot attached to you in terms of responsibility and determination. These are very strong characteristics for the Aries I'm looking at. You identify with that persona like all day, every day. But yeah, there's a sadness in you too, and it hurts quite a bit. Like I said, you keep it to yourself. You keep it to yourself, and that seems to be a choice. It's like I kind of choose to quietly work on that at my own time. Very private. But it works for you. It works for you. So what you're recovering from, I don't know. 7 of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Pentacles, I have an idea. There's this idea of looking back on it. We may have missed an opportunity, and it hurts a little bit to reflect on that. Ace of Pentacles, in this respect, could be anything that was real and tangible that showed up in your life as being legit possible. You're like, I didn't take that, and that's okay. These things happen. I don't know what that Ace of Pentacles is to you. Could be a job, career, an opportunity, a contract. It could be a relationship. It just kind of depends on what you put into that Ace of Pentacles that showed up as, this is real, this is really happening. This is really, really happening. This is not a drill. And we look back on it now and how we kind of avoided it. Perhaps we didn't take it seriously. Perhaps you thought at the time it was a bad investment, or perhaps you just didn't have the time for it. There's ample reasons why we don't all take Ace of Pentacles, guys. There's 100 reasons why. Okay? And it might be, this is the vibe I'm getting from this, though. I honestly believe you wanted to take that Ace of Pentacles, but you couldn't. For one reason or another, you couldn't. Perhaps the timing was bad, or there's a lot of elements to it that you would have liked to have incorporated into your life and said, this is my Ace of Pentacles. But for one reason or another, you were not in a position to take it. And that sucks. That's still going to suck. Even if you kind of like the way I'm looking at you, reconcile yourself. Aries, this is what we had to do at the time. Aries, this is what we were working with at the time. Aries, this was the truth. Those are all truths. Those are all truths. It's more like you're showing me it's a shame I couldn't take that, so I try not to think about it, you know. I think you wanted to. I really do. The Aries I'm looking at, an Ace of Pentacles, like what you had the opportunity for, given your disposition, knowing a good investment when you see it, kind of being strong-willed. I think that's an Ace of Pentacles you would love to have taken. I do. But you couldn't. And that's okay. It wasn't for you. And if it is for you, it'll come back in time. All right? That's how those things work. Or there might be something better for you. Okay, a little further out. Ace of Swords, 4 of Wands, Temperance, the 3 of Wands. I see you in a kind of a steady hold between yourself and someone else, relationship-wise. Okay? And that's a truth. It's a truth that you acknowledge. And you're saying, right now, I have a focus on my relationship anyway. So whatever the Ace of Pentacles is, the best offer, a relocation, who knows what, the best possible sale perhaps you could have gotten for one thing or another, investment. You're saying, you know, my focus, though, to my credit, you're saying, Ace of Swords, 4 of Wands, Temperance, the 3 of Wands. I am actively working on a relationship between myself and someone else. I would put good money that what I'm looking at for you, you couldn't take the best possible offer or incorporate it or contract yourself to it because you decided there was a focus here of a relationship that needed your attention. And perhaps it pulled you away from the Ace of Pentacles. But you're also saying that was my choice, Ace of Swords. I had made up my mind on that particular subject. And you're saying I had to choose priorities. I believe you. I strongly believe that that's what happened here. You're saying some sort of relationship for 4 of Wands, and it doesn't have to be marriage. It's how two people build into it, literally. So the label's up for you, okay? Whatever that is, you're saying I had to make a choice to focus on this. And that was a choice you made, to not rush it, to kind of listen to this relationship and what it needed. So it kind of forced your hand to forsake that Ace of Pentacles, okay? You made the choice. This is what I have a talk with people about all the time. You make the best choices that you can when they're available to you. You said you understood what your priority was. I believe you. It required some sort of healing and patience and compassion. And that was the focus. So it's looking like you had to go like this with an Ace of Pentacles. Thank you. I wish I could accept it, but this is my focus over here. Okay? Why I'm saying this for you, I don't know. But perhaps a confirmation that your choice was correct. Perhaps to show you that not all aces are lost, even when we had to kind of forgo them or give them up. Okay? I think you made a strong decision that was based for you. And I think that's why you're showing me kind of quiet resolution to work through this disappointment on your own. That way the other person doesn't feel blamed or feel bad. Something like that. It's private. You keep it to you. Let's get some advice, please. And if your relationship, if you made that your priority, then you know that. Own that decision, right? With the Ace of Swords. I mean, what else is the point if we don't own our decisions? I hope that they appreciate the sacrifice, but the thing is that you keep it to yourself, so they may not know how much it feels like it costs you to pass that up. So, I can't promise you the stars that that was the best possible decision. All I can do is confirm back to you, was that the right decision for you? You get to answer that, okay? But I do hope they appreciate what you passed up. Let's get some advice, please. Okay. 9 of Pentacles, the Sun, and the High Priestess. You're saying that where you are is pretty solid. You intuitively, you feel solid, you felt secure, that this is something you could pass up on because it came from a place of personal security and can do. Excuse me. You're used to operating from a place of independence. There you go. Okay. There you go. You can sense and feel that you made the right decision for you. And again, you made that decision based on understanding of how you felt, what the best possible solution was, and what was correct for you based on experience. That's good. That's very good. No wonder you're showing me kind of quiet resolution. I have to work through this. Okay, not all Ace of Pentacles can be taken. And I know that. This was my priority, and I'm backing that up. Besides, I'm in a good position anyway. You know? Something like that. 10 of Pentacles, the Chariot, and Judgment. Oh, wow. See, that's lovely. That's positive. You're saying when it's time to put more work into the foundation, you will. You're saying when something's more for you, it will be a little bit more clear to you. The call will be a little bit stronger. I'm kind of inclined to agree with you on this one. And then you'll say you'll move towards it swiftly. It's something about this one felt like you had to pass it up. And you're saying in future, though, when the foundation endeavors, when something's a little more apparent that it's for you, you won't hesitate. Okay? You move towards it with enthusiasm and a strong sense of direction with the Chariot. No hesitation. But it's looking like whatever this relationship is needed more of our support, and it required passing something up in the meantime. Okay. But I do like how that you are including references to further out in the future. If something's more suited or has a better timing for your foundation, you won't hesitate. Very good. All right. For some of you wanted to relocate your foundations and it just wasn't the time. I don't quite know what that means, completely changing environments or shifting your environments. And it wasn't a good time. It's not what the partner wanted to do, or they needed more time where they were currently. Okay. We're going to focus on abundance, on what it is we already have. Excellent. Like I said, you already look secure and you know who you are. Looking for a sign? No. See, there's something about the Ace of Pentacles where you couldn't see a visible sign that it was yours to take at this time. I think you chose the right priority, especially when it looks like there's a brand new opportunity and you're looking, is this for me? Is this really for me? Is this really for me? Because I don't know if this is a good time. I promised myself X, Y, and Z for my person. You were looking for it and you just didn't see anything that was like a signature for you that this was the time to shift, to change. Location, housing, career, environments, something like this. like now is not the time. And that's why you showed me when it comes to your foundation and there's a stronger sense of judgment there attached to it. You're like, I know it's for me then, but now's not the time. Let's hold the fort where we're at right now. Okay? I got you. No, I get it. It makes sense. It does make sense. I'm not saying we always look for signs for every decision we make. No, we shouldn't do that because then we're not going to live life ever organically. Sometimes we just have to make decisions. But you, for this was kind of like a big deal for you. It might have been a crossroads type thing where that Ace of Pentacles and that newly sensitive Ace of Swords were crossing. And they didn't seem to have the same purpose. But it definitely, one or the other, is going to require your attention. So I have to agree with you on this one. The Ace of Pentacles probably wasn't for you. And that would explain why you're trying to quietly consider. Did this happen recently? Is that why I'm saying it now? Is that why it's looking so fresh? Because it happened so very recently. Okay. Okay. Even though you've had time to reflect on it, you just know. You see, something about this was a pain in the ass. 31 thorns. Weathering the challenges ahead will bring a new and positive future. As celebrations, you're saying now this is not the thing to celebrate. It will just cause damage to try to pursue it. It's not something to celebrate. There's the gift, there's the offer, there's that ace again, the thorns. It's surrounded by too much bullshit, right? I just hurt myself trying to get through those thorns to access it. It poses too many threats or too many issues, okay? Number 31 and 5, and yet part of you wonders, right? If I was able to take it, da-da-da-da-da. But you're like, I'm also not on my own. You made that decision. You made that decision, and I have to say it was a good one. You can only do what you think is right for you and what you understand your priorities to be, in which case I applaud you. I just realized I didn't put the flowers out between yours and Aquarius, and I'm like, that's not cool. So what we're going to have to do, like I was telling Sag, I'm dangerously under-caffeinated right now. Not sure how that happened, but it did. So what we're going to do... I'm looking at it like one of those old school video games where you have a bar of health at the top, except mine's not like health, it's like a coffee cup and it's really low. So I'm dangerously under-caffeinated. I need to hit my power button to give me a fuel. I'm gonna have to put the flowers out. I got mums on the last round, and those things last a minute. Those mums, oh my God, they're still gorgeous. Oh, I love it. The mums are just fantastic, honey. All right. I think those are mums. Well, I'm sure everyone on the internet will tell me. Full moon and Aquarius, be real. Yeah, I know you're being very honest with yourself. And there's that sense of pouring it out right there in the background in the silhouette. I have to pour this out. I can't accept this. And you give it back to the universe. You give it back to nature. And you were real with yourself. You had a real moment with you. But you are also honest about why you're passing it up. I got you. I'm very proud of you. Last quarter moon in Taurus, so be proud of yourself too. You did the right thing here. I promise you. And there might be a better opportunity for you by next Taurus season. Just not right now. That's okay. Things will be more clear for you. But you really made the right choice. There's something here about personal sacrifice here, which again, you said if I was on my own, but you're not. Right? We sorted our priorities here on that particular discussion. I got you. We all have that. It's like, oh, if I was on my... Oh, no, but I'm not. I make decisions for others too. Okay. All right, there's that. Or with others as well. Okay? Not that you're a dictator. I hope. Number 3, 15, and 2. Okay? We have the letter Z, B, U, and we have the unicorn in reverse. Oh, we don't feel like we were appreciated for our special gift here, or we're not allowed to shine in this moment. You'll have other opportunities to shine, to be the mystical, to be the rare unicorn. You will be seen for other things, okay? You may not be seen for this sacrifice. That's okay. But the fact that you made it suggests that you are indeed a unicorn. You know, you made sacrifice for something else that you said was just as important to you. Perhaps it needed more of you, which still makes you a unicorn. Okay? All right, Aries, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Thursday check-in. As I was telling Aries, I was dangerously undercaffeinated, so we fixed that real quick. We have coffee now. And I got my flowers out. I forgot the flowers. Well, I remembered. I suppose that's all that counts, yeah? What's going on for Aquarius, please? Show me, Aquarius. What is going on for Aquarius? Oh, the Six of Cups. King of Cups. I'm so weird about the spacing. I don't know why. I make an absolute mess on this table. But I get weird about spacing. Well, there you are. The Hanged Man. And the King of Swords. Okay, there you are. The Empress, the Three of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. Okay, Ace of Swords. Two of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the Four of Wands. Lots of people showing me relationship focus today, and that's cool. Six of Cups, King of Cups, the Hanged Man, King of Swords. I could say that that's two people, that's you actually contemplating a strong connection, a beautiful connection, one that you've known a long time with the Six of Cups. So that's sweet nostalgia of the past. You know, we've known that person forever and a day. It doesn't have to be romantic. It may not be. I just know that you love it a great deal. You love it wholeheartedly. You know this with the King of Swords. With the Hanged Man, you're saying whatever that connection is, you say it has a lot of weight in your heart in terms of how much you love it, how much you have learned from it over the years too. So you're saying whatever that connection is to you, that sweetness that you love with your whole heart, okay? You said you've thought a lot about it over the years, and it's given you so much growth, spiritual growth, emotional growth, and you're saying it's helped make you the Aquarius that you are today. I'm not saying that you're nothing without it. What I'm saying is that the Aquarius I'm looking at, you have a deep appreciation for someone who's been in your life a very long time, and they make you feel the fullness of your heart. But what I really like, though, and this is very you, is that sense of reflection here with the Hanged Man. This is what I have learned from them. This is what I've learned from my heart. They've helped me see things. They've helped me feel things, and I give them that credit. And you're part of that too, so that's a two-way street right there, okay? But I like that you are so deeply connected to this. You fully recognize it mentally. You fully recognize it emotionally. And you're saying, I've learned so much from so-and-so. So much. Your mind doesn't deny it, and your heart doesn't deny it. You think about it a great deal, or at least you have done. Okay? It's interesting, because now it shows up in the 3D a little bit. The Empress, Three of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. There's this idea of I got to start somewhere. I got to start somewhere with this, and friendship is as good as any. It's interesting. It's interesting because you showed me such strong mental and emotional appreciation for this connection, but in reality, working with it, you're saying you want to work with it the ground up or give it friendship in some way, even if it looks kind of immature, meager with that Page of Swords. You're saying this is what I can do reasonably for this person. And I hope that they can do the same. You're saying you kind of admit you don't know how they would think on the subject. So that's interesting. Perhaps we've been reflecting on this connection in the past of it, specifically from afar. And what would it mean to you to interact with it in present day? Okay. And again, there's an admission, possibly a blind spot. I don't know if I would get the same results or if they would cooperate, but I'm willing to try. I'm willing to find out. So I don't know how long it's been. I really don't. But you're saying, whomever this is to me, I've thought about it enough. The quality of our connection is such is that I think it's worth it to offer something. And it's at the heart of the reading, Three of Pentacles, so we'll call it friendship for simplicity. To this Empress figure, an admission there, Page of Swords, which is in stark contrast to you as the King of Swords. The Page is nothing. So there's the admission here. I don't know how they would think about it or feel about it, but I hope that they would cooperate. You know, maybe we can start from the ground up here, start over, clean slate energy, or just friendship, cooperation. All you're showing me is a very strong process about what is leading you up into a present-day decision. Okay? And you're saying, I've learned so much from this. This is what I'd like to give it, and I hope that they can do the same, feel the same. It may not seem like much. They may not think nothing of it or much of it, but it means a lot to me. And that's all any of us can do. Does it mean something to you? Okay? And then when we represent ourselves to the best of our abilities, we're tired today. So I'm having to over-enunciate to overcome the lisp. But it means something to me, and I hope it does to them. You're getting results in the future. Again, once more, people are showing me focus. Ace of Swords, 2 of Cups, 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands. Yeah, it's delicate, but it's being emphasized as a choice, as it should be. Ace of Swords, there's a clear, conscious decision here by two people with that 2 of Cups, 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands, that whatever this is worth attention. Whatever it is worth the effort, it's worth the energy. There might be some distance here between you and this person. I am saying it more as the metaphor of distance, of not trying to take this for granted and connecting with it, trying to work with it, coax something with it between these two folks, because that's active, that's live, it's happening. It's a little further out, but not too far out. I'm seeing 2 people reaching back for the common goal. So it's looking like some sort of sense of friendship is at the heart of this, that you both can reach back towards and give something of yourselves to. It's not a lot at one time. It's done carefully. I would even say strategically, so perhaps there is distance involved. But again, I'm taking it as the spiritual difference. Okay, not wanting to rush the process or take each other for granted. So it's going to be a slow build-in process that 2 people are consciously choosing. Otherwise, I wouldn't be seeing the results. Again, I read what's here, not what isn't. So, I think, again, that Page of Swords, while it might seem like it not much to offer, it's actually quite a bit. If you know what this means to you. The 3 of Pentacles here is the realistic result of what can be displayed, despite the wealth of activity behind it. So you put a lot of good thought into this. And I do see them, like I say, reaching back to connect to you. So it's looking like, for the both of you, whatever this relationship is, which once more is defined by how 2 people build into it, we have agreed upon a bare minimum contract, if you will, of cooperation and friendship. And that is going to be your 2's relationship for the time being. Okay? After that, I don't know. Let's get some advice, please. But I love the quality of your thought on the opening. You've given us a lot of thought. You know? I love that. You're saying they've given me a lot to think about. And feel about, you know? I see a little bit of who they are when you've ID'd them as the Empress. But mostly I'm really focused on your quality here. And I'm happy to see that something's cooperating back, because I have to advise that to people all the time. I'm glad that that's what you naturally feel. And that's what you naturally want to put forward. I'm happy for you. Good on you. You know, that means you're not denying yourself what you feel is correct in your heart. Just make sure it reaches back. Okay? That's all. It's fairsies. We want it to be fairsies. If it's not fairsies, then you'll know. Stop offering yourself to it, right? All right. And the Moon. Queen of Swords and the Sun. We've made an active decision here to understand ourselves better, to go into the depths of the Moon. Leave no stone unturned. I know, I see the deep contemplation here, so it kind of tells me where you were coming from. Really searching within yourself, actively so, about anything that you might have withheld from yourself about this connection. Its meaning, its context, specifically what you learned from it, and how we don't want to deny that. It makes us happy. So here we have the Sun and the Moon. So you also, therefore, have a strong idea that they are similar, or that they might feel similar, or they could reach a similar agreement with you. You're saying you two aren't that far apart with the Sun and the Moon here. So there's kind of like counterbalance. Okay? That's the divine pairing we see. Not always a guarantee with the soul bond stuff with the 6 of Cups, if you believe in that. Yeah. But with the Sun and the Moon, yeah, you realistically, with the Queen of Swords here, you're saying that you have a strong reason to believe, after you've done your sort of inner searching yourself, they're really not that far from you. That they might indeed reach back. Let's push that a little more, please. Or any sort of advice. Once more, I love the way that you plumb the depths of your own inner being, rich inner world you have. Okay, Knight of Cups. Strength and the King of Cups. There it is again. Gosh. Yeah, your heart's very strong on this particular subject. And once more, we can either use strength for ourselves or against ourselves, like all energies in tarot. They have a reverse. You can either use strength to deny what you feel or strength to propel it forward, push it forward. And I see you opting to really claim what you feel and move it forward. No takesy-backsies with the King of Cups there. None whatsoever. Very claiming energy, that is. Just like your mind is claiming, your heart's also claiming as well. Very open to it at its fullest peak, or the subject, if you will. All right, there you go. No denying how we actually feel around this particular subject or connection. But the agreed upon structure for you two in reality, it seems friendship, and let's not take that for granted. It means a lot to the both of us, and I think we understand this, right? Okay, I don't want people to be disappointed. When I see the Four of Wands there, it kind of throws everything off. We can't immediately define what a friendship is in a relationship and where they two overlap and intersect and where they're completely separate. It's going to literally be how two people build into it in the near future, not too far from now, eh? Okay, perhaps for some of you, closer to the Aquarius season. Recovery. The recovery, whatever this is. Yeah, so I can see that it's distance from you. I mean, why else would you so be deeply contemplating it from your mind and your heart? There's a recovery here in this connection. I see it. You see that you feel it, you sense it. I don't think you're wrong at all. No. And then for some of you, that's interesting. Recovery. And then choose a new direction. How you approach this is different. That would explain that Page of Swords there. Because you have such a deeply contemplative mind. And then you admit also, I don't know if this is going to be taken well. I need to approach this differently. Some of you decided to not reapproach this in ways than perhaps you would have done in the past because you want different results. So you've chosen a different approach. However, you're going to reapproach this. I'm not saying it's you or your fault or your responsibility. I'm just saying this is the Aquarius I'm looking at today. You've chosen to approach this differently than perhaps any other connection you've had in the past, or you chose to approach this differently. I see that. And it works. You chose a different direction. You decided to do the opposite of what was done in the past. Okay? Something like that. Okay. It's doing well. Uh-oh. Owl, again, once more, a power animal associated with Aquarius. Owl, number 23. There are spiritual messages and great wisdom to be found during this period of transition. I see that. Yeah. One of your symbols, of course, famously. Oh, my. Just jumping for you. Oh, goodness. Abundance, number 1. Lucky times are ahead of you, along with good news, success, and prosperity. This is good. Emphasis here on the connectivity. Abundance, though, raises many hands, lifts others while you lift yourself. Do many benefit from this connection? Possibly. A little bit of luck, too. Doesn't hurt anybody. Number 1. That's interesting. Do others prosper because of this connection? Could be. Okay. Find a balance. Full moon in Libra. Yeah, the approach is different, but that also means it might help balance the scales better. Full moon in Libra, finding the balance. Okay. And then you two, finding your own particular balance. Like I said, you two are carving out what this friendship/relationship is. You'll strike the balance. You'll find the middle ground, the median. Strike the chord. Strike an accord, excuse me. Last quarter moon in Capricorn. Leave the past behind. Yeah, the approach is different. No, leave the past behind. finding the balance. How we're reapproaching this is different, as it should be. We reapproach things, situations, people, places, circumstances with old, we will continue to get old results. So that's why I tell people all the time, just do something different, do the opposite of what was done to achieve different levels of success with situations, people, places, things, persons. We're going to leave the past behind, and it is coming across as...
Someone was detected at your front door.
Excuse me. You know, and therefore we get different results, you guys, and that's all I see you doing. And it's correct. I see the successful results. We're going to find the balance to this, but we have to opt out of old strategies or how we might reapproach things in the past, because we ourselves are so very different. You've given us so much contemplation there on your top line, how much you've learned from this. And you've learned to see for yourself. Approach it differently. Means gives it different time, energy, effort, different. I like this. I do. I like that. Perhaps you both agree to leave the past behind and work on what's in front of you, the both of you, but with respect to the connection behind it as well. Okay. All right. No, I already did that. Goodness me. Just in case, though, I had a reason to pick that up. Let your fears dissolve. Full moon in Cancer. Okay. Oh my, many letters today. We have the letters V, Z, F, L, A, C. Lots of them. We have the cat in the upright. Yes, please do listen to that intuition, yeah? And then there's the owl again, your particular symbol. Yeah. Wisdom. I know I see that in you. Wisdom, but particularly sight, eyes wide open, associated with the owl. Sees a great deal, very observant. Some of you are. Okay. It's not just about wisdom with the owl. Observation. Observation. And that's the difference between someone who is smart and someone who is wise. Okay, number 7. 1. And 6. Aquarius, honey, this was interesting. I like how you are choosing to switch things up with this connection. It's apparently different, or it warrants a different approach, and you see that. Good job. Very good, because you want different results. Better results with this. All right. There's something here about it. I can't fully see it. I didn't have time to explore it, but somehow the connection benefits many. There's something tied to that, but you will see that for yourself. Okay? Or you already have. All right, Aquarius, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's going on? Oh, there you are, right on the split. Lovely. 2 of Wands. Some of you actively connecting or communicating with someone of some significance. What's going on, please? Show me, Gemini. What is going on for Gemini? What is going on? Let's see, Gemini, please. I feel like I'm still working on waking up. Took a very early coffee break, but then I had to. I realized I was undercaffeinated to begin with from this morning. I'm like, no. No, we can't have that. All right, Ace of Swords. Everybody, good. Clearing up their thoughts. 2 of Swords. Good job. 7 of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. Okay, I got you. All right, King of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. You're working on it. Good. The Star, beautiful. 4 of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and the King of Wands. Okay, so you recently had a hard talk with yourself about priorities and practicalities, and we can't keep putting stuff off. Okay, I'm not trying to lecture you. That's just your top line, and it does have to do with earthly matters. It's not always easy to make these decisions because it requires a certain willingness to part ways with coin, and it's something that we wanted to avoid. I understand. Ace of Swords, 2 of Swords. And it's kind of like, I got to be honest with myself, cut the bullshit, stop pretending like I can't see X, Y, and Z. Because we can. It's right there. It's in front of our face. The Ace of Swords is going to wipe out that 2 of Swords. That's the whole point, is to have one declarative truth, point of focus, right? I understand now. I got to act on it. Two of Swords is willful blindness, and we ain't got time for that. There's something here we needed to see, and it was overdue. Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. You're like, yeah. I was going to get to it. It is coming across in a way that this isn't fun. It's practical. It's boring. Can I just put this off a little bit more? And Gemini's like, no, we've already done that. And now there's a problem here. We need to fix the problem, Gemini. Now, what that is, I don't know, but it's coming across heavily as tedious, practical stuff. Right? It's boring, but it needs to get done, because if we don't pay attention to it, it'll continue to fall apart. And you're like, I know. Are you sure you can't put it off just a little bit longer? No, we can't. But that's okay, because you arrived to that conclusion yourself. Tarot Lady has nothing to do with it. I can't make you do anything. Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. You know what I mean? So Tarot doesn't dictate anything. The Gemini I'm looking at, you're like, I agree. I put this off too long. I agree. It requires work. I agree. It requires my attention. I'm going to do it. Okay, fine. So King of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. There you go. Boom. Knocking it out. Boom. Done. Love it. You're going to amplify your work, by the way. So not just work as in monetary paycheck. Anything that surrounds that. So it's looking like some of you are working extra hard to pad your income, or to pay for something that's, frankly, it's not that fun, but the roots run deep, and we've been putting it off, neglecting it, or kind of turning a blind eye towards it. Like I said, we're going to stop doing that. So what I see you doing is what you're engaging in, what you might call compensation behaviors, right? So we have a main gig, and then we might have some side work. The point is, we're sparing something extra of ourselves these days in terms of time, energy, and effort, if not coin. You know what I mean? Because I see the main gig here. That's your focus. Boom. You got really sharp on that really fast. King of Swords. I'm like, don't question me. I know my work. I believe you. It's that Three of Pentacles. So we're doing something more. Either additional work or something that represents time, energy, and effort that still requires extra work in order to kind of mitigate or push back against whatever happened up here that's coming across a little bit as neglectful. Nothing too crazy, but we have to counter that now. So you're on it. You're going to be all over it. The Star, the Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, King of Wands. We're going to be happy that we did this. Okay, that meant parting ways with some of our coin. We're not happy about that, but we're also getting good results. So you're showing me positivity. You're like, that was a good investment. Okay. I put some more work into this, and I'm seeing results, and I feel a lot better. So you're kind of like saying the stress has come down, and your energy went from a kind of leave me alone, I don't want to deal with this, to a very focused state, to a much more relaxed, okay, I feel better about this now, energy, which is good. You're saying it's not exactly the star you wanted to pay attention to. I understand. It wasn't your favorite dream. It wasn't your favorite hope. It's kind of like it's something I have to take care of, and I'm glad it went well. Okay, but it got done. It got done. Whatever, it got done. Whatever, it's getting done. So you feel better. You feel a lot better, a lot more confident. So whatever it is that you're having to put more of yourself into and accumulate more for, it's being paid back to you. Okay? In other words, you feel positive, which is really nice. All right. Okay. A little bit of personal sacrifice can go a long way sometimes. So what it is you were actually dealing with, I don't know, but just I'm going to tell you right now, especially if you're back here, expect an amplification of work. Okay? Either, again, you're increasing your coin to compensate for that top line, or work plus time, energy, and effort elsewhere. So you got it, though, with the King of Swords. You say you got it. So I believe you. Okay? Believe in yourself, too. You're going to get through this. When is that rolling through? I mean, I'm just going to tell you like I've been telling everybody else, soon. I can tell the difference between a delay and something's being activated soon. And I'm just saying the activation soon. Okay? It's going to be all right. It doesn't look like you're alone in there. It looks like we got some help. They're not the focus, though. But I am seeing what looks like additional energy attached to you in order to meet these goals. We have the Hanged Man, Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, we have a lot of perspective here, a lot of perspective about the positives of putting more energy into things, extra energy, finding the extra energy for sake of love, and then, frankly, just positivity. Lots of perspective there about what it is to invest in new versus reinvest in what we already have in play. And sometimes the stuff we already have in play needs our attention too. We get a little neglectful of it. So some of you have actively decided to put off this idea of pursuing new love or romantic interest to kind of work with what's already in play. Okay. For others of you, you've been upside down, if you will, as the Hanged Man, and you're getting a lot of perspective about what does it mean to put love and to good energy into what I already have and give it my full attention or my full energetic focus. For others of you, you had to put the new things off, particularly new love, in light of these things. This is normal, okay? You'll get back to it later. For others of you, though, for the most of you, I see you deeply contemplating what does it mean to give the best to myself and put the best of my love and natural energy into things. And refresh what I already have. A Knight of Cups. Everybody's getting that. The Two of Swords and the Star. I know it's not exactly your favorite star. I saw that. A little bit of begrudging energy in there. I don't want to have to put time, energy, and effort into it, but it's kind of important to you, so you're going to get it done. You're like, I don't know how I feel about that star, but it's requiring energy right now. And yeah, that means you already have something in play. It's important to you. You want to keep it going, so you're having to reinvest in it. I know it's not exactly what it is you were hoping to achieve, but you can't keep putting this off either. It has to do with your reality. That's all I know. So it may not have to do with love and passion, but so it's not the most thrilling of stars, but it's still important to you at the end of the day, enough for you to stop, change your course of actions a little bit. Okay. Put more into reinvesting what you already have that should be working for you to keep it from breaking or splintering further. That's all I saw. So while it's not the most fun, it's not the most exciting, it's not the most sexy, and you're like, it wasn't my favorite wish. It's still getting accomplished, though. It's still getting accomplished, and it's not going to completely derail your plans for other things for yourself in future. Like I said, I do see relaxing around the subject quite a bit after you start seeing positive results. So a little bit of personal sacrifice for now, if it means feeling a little bit more secure. You know what I mean? That's okay. It's like, it's not my favorite star. It's not like my number one thing. I don't know how I feel about it, actually, but it really doesn't have anything to do with how you feel, does it? It has more to do with, well, I should probably get it done. I understand. And that's okay. You're going to. You're going to. All right. Besides, there's always that space of, I know, that's for some of you, yeah, no new romance at this time. Something else completely took over for some of you. Like I said, you'll get back to it. You'll get back to it when you have more space. Right now, this is not the time for that. Something else in your 3D clearly needs your attention, guys. No romance at this time. I understand. You've got to be assertive in your other goals, particularly your pre-existing ones that have to do with your pathway, because it looks a little neglected, which we've discussed. And again, you're on that course of correcting it. Okay. This one either is yours or it's not. And sometimes we have to be a little extra assertive with our goals, our time, energy, and effort to get ourselves back on track and kind of remember what really works. Okay. And that's good. I know it's not exactly the star or the wish that you wanted, but it's the one apparently you needed at this time. Don't worry about the love and romance thing. Okay, when there's more time for that and there's more space, it will show up. Okay? It'll be time to engage in it. You won't have to think about it. All right. But I like how there is something in there that supports number 23, Owl. By the way, some of you might have some very strong Aquarius in your chart, double, triple air here. There are spiritual messages and great wisdom to be found during this period of transition. I know. The insight, the wisdom, the owl. Again, there's that sense of I know better. I know. And I don't see you doing this work alone. I really don't. But I like how your energy relaxes substantially in the future. So whatever this is kind of like, well, at least I got that done. At least I got that done. That's what it feels like, and that's okay. That's an accomplishment in and of itself. It may not be the big fancy new love or the big next passion, but it's important. In the Fool, 12. Have the courage to embrace change, take risks, and be adventurous. Yeah. Well, to open up towards this. It's okay. It'll be manageable. Looks like a manageable fix, but yes, it's going to cost you some energy. Okay. We'll get it back on track. No problem. It'll be time for the Fool later. That is, by the way, 1223, just in case. New moon in Taurus, know your worth. Sometimes you have to stand your ground, dig deep, work a little harder. Perfectly normal. Okay? Know your worth. Absolutely. You are worth your own repairs. You are worth putting in the extra time. You are worth digging deep and finding that extra energy, even if it's not the fun kind, right? Last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind. Last quarter moon in Cancer, take a breather. And there you are. Both your power cards are here. Embrace the flow of life and trust the universe. Like I said, also Aquarius once more. First quarter moon in Aquarius. Some of you, like I said, might have some heavy notes of Aquarius in your chart. Okay? Lots in there. Okay, let's get some numbers for you today. 13, 19, and 15. Okay? We have the letters D, A, M. Damn. I know, the tree of life. Damn, that tree of life, that 10 of pentacles, that freaking foundation. I know it's splintering a little bit. So I want to take care of those roots, honey, so they can continue to supply us. Remember, it's not the branches that supply you. It's not the leaves that supply you. It's the roots. Okay? We got to make sure that that foundation's in order. All right, before you go back pursuing the love and the passion and all that jazz. There's just something here about the workability that needs more of your attention. Okay, let's see. We have double medallion of Pisces. Okay, intuitive, highly. For some of you, Pisces might be a critical work period. That's not far away from now. I mean, honestly, in tarot time, it's the blink of an eye. So right now we're in Sag season. It'll be Capricorn before we know it, Aquarius, and then boom, Pisces. Okay. So for some of you, Pisces season, this is where we're going to see that amplification of work for you, or taking care of these cracks or splinters, if you will, in the foundation. All right. And then we have the snowflake, time of winter. It's apparent to you now. Okay. So we're transforming ourselves. We're transmuting this now, trying to wrap our head around this now. We're saying the things now. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty kind of consolidated timeline I'm seeing for you guys. But yeah, no, the work is good, though. The work is solid. I'm very happy with that. And I'm also happy that you're showing me I didn't have to put too much into it. You know, it's not my favorite star. It's not exactly what I wanted to do, but I didn't have to put too much into it either. So if that helps you, you know? I know sometimes tarot guys, real tarot is real life, and it can really reflect the mundane, honestly. And that can still surprise people to this day. Yeah, because real tarot is real life. It's not just these great overarching vague themes that is spirituality and emotionality. Sometimes it's like, I knew I was going to have to do those repairs, but I was hoping I could put them off for like 6 months to a year. And we just can't, you know? But it looks like it's not going to cost us too much, except a little bit more extra effort on our part. Okay, Gemini, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Oh, a little vocal dip there. What is going on? Show me that, Libra Collective, please. Show me, Libra. Show me, Libra. One more, I think. Let's see, Libra, please. Okay. Okay. It's, here's a little tricky today. 4 of Wands. The Tower, I see. 9 of Cups and Temperance. The Star. The 9 of Swords, the 7 of Cups. Oh, wow. Okay. Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and so it is. Okay, well, no wonder yours is a little tricky today. 4 of Wands, Tower, 9 of Cups, Temperance. I know this sounds crazy. This one's either going to be yours or it's not. There's very little room for the gray on this one. It's going to be a little rough. 4 of Wands, the Tower, 9 of Cups, Temperance. Wow, there is some sort of relationship here. It doesn't have to be marriage. It's how two people define it and or build into it that blows up. And your reaction is, thank you. Yes. 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 I don't know what relationship that is. It's anyone whom you have a working relationship with. It's built into in a certain way. It's already been established how it's connected, who does what, their contributions, etc. So again, once more, doesn't have to be marriage. So I don't know what it is, but you're joyous. Yeah. you're joyous. 9 of Cups. Now, that could be denial. I don't see it that way. I really don't. This is something you understood or had to learn the hard way, mind you, that you wanted. Right? Just because I'm seeing a relationship, and that could be with anybody whom, again, you have a constructed, it's already built, we know what to expect from it, connection with anybody that's a little closer to home. Okay? This could be a roommate. This could be a boyfriend, girlfriend. This could be a marriage. I don't know. But you're like, it took me forever, Temperance, 9 of Cups, to understand this is what I wanted. A radical sort of break free from it. But again, it's not like you broke from it overnight. I mean, you could have done, but I'm saying it's not like the build up to that happened overnight. No, that took time. Temperance equals time. Temperance and the 9 of Cups suggests it took me time to understand this is what would make me happy, is to exit from this. It took me forever, but now that it's here, I'm jubilant. You're rejoicing. You feel free. You feel liberated. Wow. It's not personal triumph. It's that sense of, I understand at long last, this is what's right for me. And it took me a long time to understand this. Whew. No wonder yours was a bit tricky on that shuffle. It did. It took you time to understand this is what's right for you. Healing, compassion for yourself, understanding that these things sometimes aren't meant to be in our lives, and we can feel free from it, understanding that at last. And so I don't know what the structure is that's being blown up. That's for you to identify, and that's if you resonate with it. Like I said, it's either yours or it's not. Yeah, but that sense of this is what's right for me, and I'm at peace with it. I'm at peace with it. I'm at peace with the loss of this. It's not supposed to be in my life. And if it was a healthy or constructive or active or frankly an appreciative or loving a connection, stable too, stability, there's supposed to be a hint of stability in a 4 of Wands. People assume that it is. No, just because it's there doesn't mean it's stable. Again, it depends on what 2 people build into it. Just because you have a friendship with somebody or a roommate with somebody or a marriage with somebody doesn't mean it's stable. It just means that's how it's built. That's how it was built. And we are more invested in keeping those relationships going if 2 people are willing to flow, to change, to make concessions. Okay? Learning how to be more flexible, knowing when and where and how to compromise. Does this make me happy? Does this benefit me in some way? And the more you can lean into those positives, the more likely you are to keep a connection. So again, I'm not saying that for you. So that means in several of those areas, something was not correct about that relationship. And there's a whiff there that it's not stable. It's not stable in some way. Emotionally, financially, spiritually, I don't know. That's up to you. But it took you a while to consolidate yourself to that. But the reaction to it is, oh God, this is the truth. And it feels so good. Knowing that this isn't for me, I can let it go. Yeah, no, that's a hell of a thing. Let's fast forward a little bit. Star, 9 of Swords, 7 of Cups. There's a little bit of stress in you about what to open up towards next. You want to. You do. You want to open up, you want to explore 7 of Cups, you want to be open to new emotions, different feelings, and it means a lot to you with the Star, but the 9 of Swords is right there at the heart of it. There's a stress of when, where, how, what does that look like? Oh my God, where do I start? That's normal, given what you just experienced, so let's assume that there's some time between this and this. It's like my next big hope, dream, wish, what does that look like? How is that going to be fulfilled? Is it going to be fulfilled? I'm open to suggestions, dear universe. And that's stressful, but I still see you doing it. You'll get results too. Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, 8 of Wands. Without clarification to get in there and really fine-tune this and finessing, I can't give you a blueprint. And besides, I really shouldn't. That's not what tarot is about. You still have, as a person, an obligation to make decisions for yourself. So I cannot give you the mechanics of how this falls into alignment so on the forefront easily. No, there's work in between all these things, layers, Like I said, there's a blueprint in here. So the fact that I'm seeing things just tumble right into place for you, oh, look, how easy is that? No, there's work in there. I promise you. At some point between you fussing and worrying about your next big hope and your next big drive and your next big, sense of desire, what you'd really navigate your life by and being open towards it, there will be a stressful element. But then at some point, things kind of fall into place between yourself and someone else. Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. For all intents and purposes, you two are very similar in respect of sharing space, peace, tranquility, nourishment, support, love, care, respect, emotional protection, physical protection. It's equal. Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, and so the investment begins for you in future. And we really deepen that investment. We activate it, we communicate with it, and you are an equal with somebody here, and it looks beautiful. Could be a brand new beginning, or one where we are familiar with this investment, so we have no hesitation, we jump into it, and it falls into place very easily. Okay, so like I said, without being able to fine-tune it, I can't really tell you how you get from this space of stressing about the future and what does that mean to, okay, I'm cool with somebody else. I'm really super cool. And it's the real deal too. And I think that's why I'm saying your energy relaxed, is because you look very comfortable, consolidated in one decision, under one investment, and it's being reciprocated. Okay, so that's absolutely lovely. Let's get some advice for you, please. That was a really interesting opening. Very. And it's not the easiest thing. It's, unless you're in it, you weirdly wouldn't understand what it's like to. It's like I have this construct, okay? And I understand that construct, this box, this something that I agreed upon with someone else. It's already pre-built. I'm not willing to change, neither they, or this is an impossible situation, or it's not nurturing, it's not stable, etc. It's loud, it's angry, it's unhealthy. I'm going to give myself permission to deconstruct it. I'm going to give myself permission to deactivate it. I'm going to give myself permission to leave it once and for all. Loudly, quietly, I don't know. But a bad job is a bad job. Again, if it was good, you'd be invested in keeping it, not blowing it up, right? All right. What's really impressive there is the kind of, again, the emotional and spiritual consolidation that it was the right thing for you. At last, the right thing. It's a very unique feeling of, this is what's right for me, and it's a beautiful, but it's like a sweet sorrow feeling, because it kind of tells you where you were coming from and how long you were in it and how not great it was or unhealthy it was. So, I don't presume to know what's in that dynamic there with you, but you both built into it. And if it was worth keeping and preserving, I wouldn't be seeing this. Okay? But it took time for us to understand that. There's that Seven of Cups again. The Empress, the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, see, you made a decision based on stability. I told you I got a whiff of instability back here. The thing that you were fussing over here, not too far from now, Seven of Cups, is the next thing I open myself up to. Will it be stable? Will it be stable? Will it be prosperous? Will I be taken care of, emotionally, financially, or mentally, or spiritually? I don't know. Whatever was lacking back here is what you think about the most. But your huge emphasis here is the foundation stability. You are very much in the business of wanting to feel empowered and secure, and being open towards that and treated with a sense of mutual respect and understanding about what you can contribute, and is that being understood and appreciated. Something, again, emphasis here being on stability. This is what I can offer. This is me. This is where I'm at. This is my location. And this is where you can find me, right? Very strong. Yeah, we're opening up towards this. It's lovely. We're going to, it kicks off so easily. It looks easy. I'm not seeing all the little steps in between, and there's a lot of those. But I'm glad to see that you are giving something up, if it means the stability and appreciation of yourself, your personhood, and future in tandem with someone else. Okay? Six of Pentacles. Two of Wands. Ace of Wands, Temperance. There it is. We have made the active decision to make something work with somebody that we know will be stable, that we know will balance with us. You're showing me really important distinguishing characteristics that are important to you. Stability, a balance, a give and take, a sense of love, caring, nurture, and support that can't be faked. It's authentic. You want it to be stable. This is that tells me very much where you were coming from. Anti-stability. Okay. Lack of roots here, lack of sense of security about what you were doing, why you were doing it, why you were in it at all. There's a huge emphasis here. Communication. You're making this decision soon. It's part of your temperance package over here in your opening, doing what's right for you. You'll be communicating it thus to the other person, the recipient, soon. Somebody here is going to lend you into a good place in the future, and you know that. You know that. So you've made a choice between anti-stability, anti-growth, and something that actually has some of those principles behind it. And you're going to set up shop there, however you want to do it, full-time. Okay? You see this? This is a real deal to you. This is a full-time investment. You're going to make good on it. It could have to do with work. I'm seeing it as your personal sense of security. Okay? I see you sharing this equally with somebody who has very similar principles of stability and the back and forth and the give and take and grounded structures. Heavy earth energy here. Gosh, I wish I could finesse that and see it a little bit more. But yeah, no, all they're showing me is that you made the right decision. That was part of your temperance back here about what's doing right for you. That also means you should therefore understand what it is you're entering into, because you have a strong contrast. Oh, boy. Listen to your intuition. Yes, of course. Whenever I hear that, whenever I hear somebody's alarm go off, I always think of a movie from that one line. I think someone's trying to communicate. I want to say it was an Ace Ventura movie, but I'm not sure. I think someone's trying to communicate. All right, let's get some advice, please. More oracles. Or just oracles, please, for Libra. Oh, okay. Righty-roo. Within the next few months in reverse, so it could be earlier than. So in other words, less than 3 months for some of you. This kind of impactful decision, particularly in respect to your permanency, sooner rather than later. That was very distinct. In less than 3 months. And then for others of you, is that why I'm saying temperance for some of you twice? Have you been contemplating these things for the past year? That would explain the immediacy of your timeline, but it's in reflection from the past year. Given the world is here, approximation of a year. Some of you have been going back and forth on this. You've been asking help from your spirit guides, from others, family, friends, this kind of thing, about what to do. And that's helpful. It is helpful. That's why we ask family members and friends. But at the end of the day, you call the shots, right? You have to know what's right for you. And that's what I see you doing. Oh, patience. There it is again, temperance. Yeah, for some of you, a year. And it's like the sand has run out of the hourglass. Time's up. I agree. Patience. Very specific. You gave this situation back here a year. Okay, number 24. Slow down, change your attitude, clear your mind. So you've been trying to do this for the past year. Gave this patience, gave this time to get its shit together. I don't know. To stabilize, to prove more of a stronger function. It didn't. Here we had the sense of the rebirth. Yeah, I see that for you. Number 4, universal energy brings you opportunity and possibility. Okay. And wish fulfillment, there is his. Your heart's desire is ready to come true. 35. Yeah, you know it's right for you. You've been putting this into existence. You gave this year, but the year has gone by and it just gave you more proof about where you were and where it is that you should be. So a lot of reflection there. A lot of people say a year or whatever because they want time to talk themselves out of it. You did the appropriate thing in that you gave yourself a designated timeline to live by it, honor it, because I have to agree with you. If something was going to improve, If something was going to shape up as being more stable, functional, and or practical, did you really need a year for that? Right? So you set those time goals, make sure you honor them. They're there for a reason. Okay? All right. Let's pull some Moonology. Go off. Aquarius season for some of you, which in tarot time is nothing. It's right around the corner. Like I said, less than 3 months. For some of you, it marks the note of your new year. When do we, yeah, that's late December. Late December to late January. Okay? Good luck to you. Good luck to you. Very good. Yours was quite the punch today. Poor Gemini had something I would say is mundane, but practical in nature. So it's still good advice. Yours is like, I've been building into this. I've been leaning into this. It's my time now, and this sucks. This is hard to do, but I got to do it. Take a reality check. The reality of it is going to hit you here in full moon in Capricorn. I want you to embrace that. Don't be afraid of it. Again, that year was for a reason. All right. Full moon in Capricorn. Again, we are like weeks away from that. Reality, the responsibility of it. Okay. Investing in the ending of this. That's the reality we need. It makes things real. Makes things really real. Okay. All right. So taking the reality of the responsibility of it by Capricorn season, and then doing the thing by Aquarius season. It's all accumulating to this point, guys. Okay. Honor your feelings first, quarter moon in Pisces. You know how you feel about this. Everything else is finalization. You know that, right? Okay. Numbers. Number 15. 15's come up several times now that I think about it. Number 11. And 4. Okay. All right, some charms, if you please. We have the letter K, V, H. We have the medallions of Leo and Cancer. You might have some very strong energy in your chart and reflection of that. The seasons, respectively, and then possibly connecting to one of these signs. I don't know, it's such heavy earthbound energy. Don't be surprised if there's some earth influence in there. But, you know, these combined means be emotionally brave. For some of you needed to hear that. Be emotionally brave. And then we have the infinity loop, that sense of equality, the healthy feedback system. The infinity loop, which is more than just a soul bond concept, it suggests that it's healthy, okay? It gives back in equal, all right? It doesn't collapse. A circle's useless, and the infinity loop doesn't collapse. It collapse. We're having a hard time with the list today. But no, it gives back in a healthy way. That's a healthy union, give and take, back and forth. But above all, respect. Okay. All right. Libra, honey, I do hope this helped you. Yours was quite interesting today. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's going on for Taurus, please? There you are, right on the split. The 2 of Cups. Some of you feeling the love and it feels good. Yay! What's going on, please? Show me that Taurus collective. What's going on for Taurus? What's going on, please, for Taurus? Ten of Wands. 8 of Cups. Oh, okay. I'm glad to see you're not just putting up with it. Knight of Pentacles. I don't mean that as a knock. It's just your nature, as we've discussed. I'm glad to see you're fighting your nature a little bit. Knight of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. You give it hell, honey, in as much as you can. But don't. Hold on, I'll get back to that. I'm just glad to see you're showing me resistance. The Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Wands, the King of Cups. Yes, you are. Good job. I don't even know what that is, but you're showing me resistance. 4 of Wands, and it's not stubborn. There's a big difference between the two. 4 of Wands, the Hanged Man, the Ace of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. That's better. Thank you, honey. Good job. I'm proud of you. Gold star. You've been showing up to class, and it shows. 10 of Wands, 8 of Cups. You're like, I'm sick of this shit. Yeah, you are. I don't know what you're sick of, but you would know best. It's either real for you or it isn't. That's how simple that is. 10 of Wands and Taurus, tale as old as time. I see that for you all the time. And it's just easier to say to you at this point, if it's a 10 of Wands, it needs to be of your choosing. Okay? We're all going to have hardship. We're all going to have that thing we feel obligated to carry. It's our responsibility. It gets hard sometimes. It gets heavy, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, that's by our choice, our choosing. And then there's just labor for the sake of it. Then there's carrying a bundle just because you got used to it. Okay? It doesn't get better. In fact, it often just gets worse. 10 of Wands, 8 of Cups. There's a labor here. I don't necessarily mean physical. Don't get me wrong. The physical piece is here, but it's more like the energetic exhaustion attached to you to the point that you became numb. I see you walking from that which ails you. 8 of Cups. It's not a fast walk. It's not a fast walk. You're not. It's not like you're moonwalking out of there. Okay, no. There is a speed to this. There's a rhythm. Okay, you won't be rushed, and nor should you. But I see you walking. Okay, that from which you feel or felt the obligation to carry for I don't know how long, whatever it is that ails you, burdens you, as discussed. I don't know what that is to you. I just know you've become numb to it. 8 of Cups. And people show leaving in different ways. Some people do it physically first because mentally they've decided. Their heart catches up later. For other folks, excuse me, they understand that they're emotionally exhausted and then they have to emotionally walk away in their heart before they can physically do it. That's where I'm leaning here with you today, is that you're showing me the essence of your energy being depleted. And now comes the physical piece. The Knights of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. You're giving yourself permission to move forward and to look forward to other things, but not necessarily look backwards and participate. There's that sense I have to keep moving. I have to move forward. Otherwise, I will have nothing to look forward to. Okay. So that sense of I'm going to take my time, as you will, as Taurus will. You're going to take your time on this one. You're not going to be rushed, nor should you. But the idea is I'd rather have an idea that I'm waiting for something else than to continue to stay here and hang back here. So you kind of admit you don't exactly know where you're going, but you'd rather take your chance on that than to stay back here on what is known. Something for which you are exhausted and numb to. And it's left you more than enough space, it seems, to walk from it. Perhaps you didn't know it was going to be a permanent walk or a full-time walk. Perhaps you thought you just needed some space from this, but it's going to be a permanent thing for the Taurus I'm looking at. It just won't be immediately obvious. It's almost like a soft walk too. You know, I just need to start separating from this and then see what happens. I'll just take it from there. And sometimes it's like that. I just know the burnout started here first, and perhaps your overall being, but your physical body keeps moving you forward away from that. The Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Wands, the King of Cups. You have, I'm happy to report, a fully intact heart. I love that you love yourself. And I'm glad that you are in ownership of your feeling. That makes me very happy. You're safeguarding your heart too. It's kind of like saying I should have blocked myself from this a long time ago. Hindsight being what it is, it's always easy upon reflection. So you're saying, oh, I have a full heart. And I love me. And I love many things in my life. But whatever this is, will not cross it again. Okay. I adamantly reject that with all my heart. You're like, I will not go back into that place of emotional exhaustion or physical exhaustion, of heavyship and hardship, and for what? You're like, I can feel my feelings again. See, there's something here about being so numb, so shut down, that in future, I don't know how long ago you started your slow walk from this, but in future, you'll have that reflection of, I can feel feelings again, and I'm not going to sacrifice that for anything or anybody. Right? I can feel. So you're putting that wall up between yourself and that which ails you. Okay. For a long period of time, it wasn't like a one-off thing. It stretched out. When something stretches out that's painful, it's difficult, you become numb to it if it's not resolved, healed, or seen to. Right? So you walking away from this was an act of loving yourself. Perhaps you didn't see it at the time, but when you did, you allowed yourself to feel feelings again. And you're like, I am not compromising that, ever. You will continue to keep that barrier up between yourself and that which you left behind. It's a little bit more of your stubborn side, but this is where it's your positive, not your negative, I promise. I see you safeguarding your interests, particularly if you just got back in touch with your heart space. You know, feeling feelings. It's kind of a big deal. Okay, a little further out. Four of Wands, the Hanged Man, Eight of Wands, Queen of Wands. At some point, I got you going upside down, going into a suspended state. And you're thinking about relationship and what does that mean and healthy energy and how do two people build into it. Four of Wands, once more, defined by how two people build into it. So that's any strong relationship that hits a little closer to home. The dynamic you explicitly built with the other person. I got you thinking about that. What does it mean to build a healthy relationship? What does it mean to be in a non-healthy or non-productive, etc., etc.? The Hanged Man poses all the questions from the advantage of being upside down. Okay. And you're giving it a darn good think. And I mean a darn good think. And when you're done thinking about it, you're like, I'm gonna throw some energy out there, see what's up. So I see you, Eight of Wands, Queen of Wands. You know, someone responds to you, and it's beautiful. It's lovely. It's bright. It has a lovely light reaction to you. Eight of Wands. There's some beautiful communication between yourself, and right there at the last minute, the 11th hour, I see someone outside of you who has a certain vibrancy, and they're like, hey. They like talking to you. So I don't know who that is, but you have a relationship on the mind, and all you're showing me is that you're willing to communicate, open up, and try. Especially given your rest period about where you're coming from, you can feel your feelings again, and it's like, I reject the past. I won't go back to the past. Something like wherever it is that puts you into a space of numbness without relief or healing. Okay, that's what we're blocking. But you haven't. You're still showing me optimism, positivity, hope for yourself in this respect. You would still like these things for yourself. You would still like a relationship. And I have someone who is talking to you. Like I said, they have a natural sort of vibrancy, a little rush on them, passion, perhaps ambitious. I don't know, but it's lovely. I like the way it talks to you. Let's get some advice. That's a little further out, though. I don't quite know when. I'm just glad. That made me very happy to see that where you were coming from and where you will be. Two different Tauruses. Okay? There's something here about the no rush piece that was critical to your development. Okay? You may not have known. I don't think you knew. Not really, not completely. Until you were on the other side of this. That you wanted to stay exited from it. Okay? You needed that space, you needed that time, you needed that distance to understand where it is you weren't supposed to be anymore. Let's get some advice, please, for Taurus. Eight of Swords. Oh, the Nine of Swords. Oh, yeah, the Four of Pentacles. Ugh. Oh, it was so... Ugh. Nobody likes that. Nobody. 8 and 9. That's 17 swords, honey. Is my math mathing? That is 17 swords. With the Four of Pentacles. Oh, my God. The stress to hold on. The stress to hold on. The more you tried to hold on to this, the more it made you sick, didn't it? There's too many swords. There's too many swords, honey. Stick it in your mind, in your heart. Four of Pentacles. You had such inherent stress. I mean, almost debilitating stress to hold on to this, and you didn't want to, did you? Oh, the stress, the ramifications, and I don't want to think about it anymore. Goodness me. So much pressure. I have to hold on. I have to hold on. That was you or your stubbornness talking, you know? Four of Pentacles and Taurus, also a tale as old as time. Taurus will often hold on to something as a just in case. But that just in case, as we can see, can cost you a great deal. What was I holding on to exactly? Oh my gosh. Some of you are still back here locked up in that. Six of Pentacles, judgment, wanting to make the best possible balanced decision here. I understand. Five of Pentacles and Six of Wands. In there, and all that sound and fury that is your mind, your misgivings, your doubts, which are substantial shadows. For the Taurus I'm looking at, you're still sweating bullets on this one. This pressure to hold on to this, no matter how bad it gets. Like, does it have to be like that, though? Why are we leaning more towards judgment these days? Why are we leaning towards a fair break these days? And why, P.S., does the thought of that make you feel good? because you force feeding yourself this idea of holding on is right for you, or because you calmly, rationally, and spiritually understanding a fair break with this makes you feel good. Which one of these is good for you? Holding on to it and not allowing yourself to have further discussion, or allowing yourself to actually look at the spiritual implications of parting ways with this. And for those that are not familiar with that earth energy, I'm not surprised you're showing me a big decision wrapped up in pentacle. Realistically speaking, what's the responsibility here? How does this tally up? How does this weigh up? What is my obligation to this? And you breaking from it, 5 and 6, makes you feel better. It's a lot better than force feeding yourself this garbage that it's your responsibility to hold on to this. Oh my goodness. Anything else in here, please? 10 of Wands. Gosh, the frustration. It feels like no matter what, Sun's in reverse, it's an unhappy outcome. It's like you're blocked from an unhappy outcome with this. Yeah, I know. Talk about taking a hint, honey. I mean, the Sun's blocked. No sunshine on this. No warmth, no happiness, no compromise, no sense of fairness. It's no wonder you guard your heart space towards this. I promise you, you're an emotional being, you're a feeling being, you have a big heart in there, but it must be damn hard for you to feel it towards this these days. And I promise you, the more space you get from it, the more that wall that you put between yourself and it is going to get stronger and stronger. And you're like, I'm completely negate any sense of responsibility towards this. It was foolish of me to hold on, because the more I did, the more I made myself miserable and numb, angry, anxious, maybe even depressed. I'm not trying to overstep it, honey. It's all here. So I'm glad to see that beautiful wall up there between you and that heart space. It's necessary. It's critical to you saving yourself in many respects. I'm not trying to be dramatic, but damn, honey. I like how in the future you're contemplating. Yeah. To finish my thought, I'm glad to see that you're still seeing yourself in a positive way in future, where you can contemplate positive energy for yourself in the form of some sort of relationship. And it feels good, and then you release it, and then it happens. That's wonderful. But getting back to this peaceful resolutions in reverse. I mean, that hit me like a ton of bricks. That hit me right in the old third eye. I know. There is no peaceful resolution to this. It's no wonder you're slowly separate from it. It doesn't want to compromise back, does it? It doesn't want to compromise back. Because I know you. If something compromised with you in a way that you understood was fair, you continue to work with it. There's no peaceful resolution there, my darling. Listen to your intuition, yes, of course. You're ready. You're more ready than you realize. Oh. Don't let that lack of feeling fool you, okay? Your mind and your spirit are telling you to move forward. The feelings will come back for you, I promise. But stronger, with a stronger idea that you need to protect yourself from that which you're walking away from. Okay. The fire, number 10. Let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. That's the difference between negative fire and positive fire. Okay. Whatever here is angry, combative, doesn't compromise, inflexible, angry, just... But you can use that fire for yourself. Warm yourself by other fires. Have other feelings in your heart. Fire. You can renew the present. Ace of Wands. You have a deeper wish in you. Number 35. Your heart's desire is ready to come true. Yeah, I know. I'll say that for you later, and it's beautiful. All right. Number 35. Let's move over to some Moonology. Okay. First quarter moon in Cancer, push through any insecurity. Once more, this is not your weight to bear. I think you've had enough of that, don't you? I think you have. Okay? You're worth more than this, honey. If no one's told you that, I'll be happy to tell you. You're worth more than whatever the hell this is, and I don't know. You didn't actually explicitly show me. I do know this. You separating from it means your freedom. and having a heart again. Full moon in Gemini, embrace the flow of life. Things ebb and flow for a reason. We are always subject to change. Sometimes it's long-standing. Sometimes it's not. We have the number 5, 20, and 6. Okay, those numbers may or may not have relevance for you. All right. We have B, Q, O. Oh, I included new charms just to kind of get new energies in there. We have the mask in the reverse. The mask is off. No more hiding. Right? Our true face. We wear a different face with this now, or it wears a different face with you now. I don't know. But the mask is off. And then we have the medallion of Scorpio. The key word here being passionate. Last Scorpio season might have been very important. And then you yourself might have some very strong Scorpio in your chart. I did see that King of Cups here after all. Okay. You will feel those beautiful feelings again. Oh, by the way, on that die, when I saw 5 and 6, of course, my first thought was your season rolling over into Gemini. That might be important for you upcoming. Okay. All right, Taurus, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's going on, please, for that Virgo collective? Show me Virgo, please. What's going on, please, for Virgo, Wheel of Fortune, the Fool. Some of you can't help but wonder if it's time to open up. Taking a risk, new beginning. Yeah, however you want to do it. For some of you, absolutely. What's going on? Show me, Virgo. What's going on, please? Let's see, Virgo. Almost. There we go. The Hierophant. The Emperor. Oh, boy. Ace of Swords. 10 of Cups. Well, you know what you know, don't you? 3 of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune. The King of Pentacles. Yeah, nice. The Fool. There it is. Ace of Cups. Yeah, with the 5 of Swords and Judgment. Okay, okay. You are showing me some spiritually strong energy today. You might have some very strong placements in your chart, such as Taurus as well as Aries. Those two can be each other's, BFFs or worst enemies. If they work well together, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's on point, as we would call. And when they don't, oh my gosh, you can have very strong senses of conflicting duality over any given subject. In other words, always fighting yourself. But right now, they're working together. I'm happy to report. Yay! The Hierophant, the Emperor, Ace of Swords, 10 of Cups. You have recently decided that family is everything. So 10 of Cups, by the way, it's a very broad definition. 10 of Cups being all that which surrounds us that is emotionally fulfilling. It's kind of like the 10 of Pentacles, but at the emotional value. So your emotional roots, you're saying, whomever it is you're connected to, saying that's what's important. Peace and tranquility amongst anyone in my life who's important. You say there's a lot of responsibility around this subject. A lot of responsibility. You've committed to a higher self. You've committed to a plan. I don't quite know what your plan is yet, but we'll get there. You showed me some etchings, let's put it that way. But you have this idea that Ace of Swords, it's your idea, it's the biggest idea that you could have, is that the 10 of Cups means everything. Being empowered by this is everything to you. Standing by it, committing to it is everything to you. You're saying, it's my 10 of Cups that makes me who I am. And that's everything. And it's almost like you're showing me a recent dedication that the best of who I am and everything I have to offer should go to that 10 of Cups, and you mean it. And you're like, I can't wait to prove it. No, I'm sure you've been proving it. But you're saying all your thoughts, the best of your energies, the best of your intentions, the best of your sense of empowerment and fulfillment as a person, you're saying goes to something so much larger than you. And that's what you want to stand behind. That's what you want your future legacy and dedication to be all about, is that did you do the best for yourself and the people that you care about? And that's lovely. That's very strong. That's very strong-willed. Okay? I could say that you're dividing that energy between yourself and someone else. I am seeing this as all you. This is your recent thought. You're standing behind it with every conceivable ounce of your known energy and strength. So that's, you've had something, honey. I don't know if it's because we're approaching the end of the year and you're saying, you're just kind of telling yourself this is what it's all about right here. See this? This is what it's all about. This is what I aspire to. This is what I want to achieve for myself. I want to make it happen. I want to operate at the highest frequency, and that is going to be Virgo 2025, baby. So I don't know if that's what you're showing me, but it's really strong. So may it be. Three of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, King of Pentacles. You're putting good work into yourself, your environment. You're showing me head of household, responsibles, that for which you are responsible, which seems to be a great deal. You are really strengthening what it is you already know and re-strengthening what it is that works for you. You're forging new connections. You're showing me high levels of connectivity for yourself in the future. You are strengthening your network, your resources, the whole thing. So I don't know what you're doing exactly because it stretches out in multiple directions. So that tells me you're padding. You're padding for a future self that you have yet to meet, I believe, just to put it, that kind of, ooh, ah. I do believe you are padding for a future that you want to see for yourself in the future. Okay. Something that's strong, something you can say is yours. I do see you expanding who you know and why you know them. And it's 100% tying back to this goal that you can stand behind with 100% strength of will, fortitude, and ambition. So it's a lot. You are keeping a lot of what already works, which is great. But you're also forging new connections and contracts and networks and friendship, all this other stuff. I'm not really sure. It's so comprehensive. But like I said, at the end of the day, you're going to be the common denominator in all this. So that means you're preparing for a future that you want to see for yourself. And I was like, well, this is all for a reason. And so it is the Fool, Ace of Cups, Five of Swords, Judgment. It's kind of like saying you were fooling yourself that love wasn't ever important to you. It's not an accusation. Don't take it as one. I'm reading the cards. That's what I do. I read what's here, not what isn't. So you kind of had a spiritual lesson behind all this, acting like love or new love wasn't important to you, or that it wasn't a motivator this whole time. It was indeed a huge motivator for the Virgo I'm looking at. You're saying telling myself anything otherwise was foolish. But you know what is a good fool, Christina? What's that, Virgo? Am I preparing for my future and understanding what I want to see in it? You do believe in new beginnings. And you do believe that you want more for yourself. And I am sorry it's so vague, it's so overarching, but that's okay. You're doing the work now that indicates that you're going to have a strong future. You do believe in new beginnings and love, come to find. You tried to talk yourself out of it real quick with Judgment, Five of Swords. That's for other people. That's bullshit for us Virgos. It's not true. It applies to you too. You do want a new beginning in love. And it seems in life, and you are planning accordingly. And that's a lot of planning, that's a lot of work, but it seems like you're up for task. But you really had to get past this thing that's bullshit, or you don't believe in it. You don't believe in new love, you don't believe in new beginnings, it's best to just work with what you got. I've heard it all, right? So have you. And people change, you're supposed to. Okay? Five of Swords says self-sabotage at the spiritual level next door to Judgment, in relation to the topic of love, specifically new love being attached to the Fool. So here we have new beginnings in love, the willingness or unwillingness to believe in it. Well, that's all well and good for other people, but it's not for me. It's so what allowed you to finally allow yourself to believe in new beginnings in love? It really comes back down to your initial opening line about your core belief. You're saying this is what it's all about. I believe in this strongly. I believe in this. You wanting to do well for yourself and others, the people who are important in your life, you mean that. It's not just bullshit. You mean it. I see you increasing what it is you already have in play, because it's not just about taking care of others. You realize in this process you want to take care of you too. You want to believe in new beginnings as well. I just see you wanting to kind of stack the odds in your favor, hedge your bets. You want to be prepared for new beginnings in love. You're more inclined to believe it in future than you did in the past, all that jazz. And the good work that you're doing is all but going to ensure it. It's just a little further out. I was just trying to get a snapshot of where you are today. I know that we're doing all that. There you are right there on the split. With the King of Cups, yeah. Yeah. Your heart beats a little differently these days. Your kind of spiritual and energetic pulse picks up differently than what it used to. But I love your core belief is that life is so much bigger than ourselves. Absolutely. And you want to see the best for yourself and the people that you love and believe in. And that's how it starts, isn't it? You want to give them the best. That means you got to give yourself the best. Everything begins with the self, right? And the more you do well for yourself, the more you allow yourself to believe in new beginnings and love too. Let's get some advice, please, for Virgo. Six of Wands, the Hanged Man, the Five of Wands. Gosh. That is wild. The Star, the Eight of Wands. Goodness me, you spent a lot of time fighting yourself. Really understanding what it is you wanted versus what was ego, right? Yeah, I've seen things like that before. That's going to cause conflict in people. What it is I'm naturally driven to, like the Star, high levels of desirability, wanting to communicate with it and engage with it. Eight of Wands, the Star, versus what is ego, right? What is me just creating sabotage for myself later down the line? It was easier for you to not believe in new beginnings in love, right? It was just easier. Some of you thought it would be a vain concept, self-reflection, of vanity, triumph, false victories. We had a lot of time to think about this, and it's like, no, I can't believe in something higher. I can have a strong hope and desire, and it doesn't necessarily have to be about ego and vanity. Maybe it's a natural star for me, and I can start thinking of it like that. I agree. Don't see new love and working towards it as a form of vanity and poor self-reflection. No, it means you think well of yourself, that you would like to aspire to it and work your way towards it. Believe in those things more so they can believe in you back. But no, it's not a form of ego and vanity. If you mean it from the heart, you have to know that it's right for you guys. It's no easy thing to set off on the star path. Page of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. Oh, this has been growing with you over time. I say, yes. Talk about the star, aim towards the star. Okay, make progress towards your star. You will see results. All right. I want you to believe in that new beginning in love because it's real for you. It's honest for you. It's not a reflection of anything bad in you at all. Okay? You're living it. You're showing the universe how seriously you take the people in your life and how much you love them. And that says that you think well for yourself too. And that you would love yourself too. I wish I had more time to work with you today. You didn't ask for others for help on this one? You kept it to, no, I'm not going to ask others for help. I'm not going to. That was very distinct, wasn't it? I will not ask others for help. Thank you very much. What, you didn't want the influence? You wanted to figure this out for yourself? I understand. I'm like that too. Sometimes when we want somebody's opinion, we got to want it, right? That doesn't mean we have to take it. We don't have to take anybody's advice. But the idea is that we should be open to it if we're asking. You said this is something that you had to figure out for yourself. You could not ask others about this. Okay. You had to allow yourself to be guided towards it. You had to get more information for yourself and understand if this was correct for you. You didn't want any influence on this decision. Well, that's very interesting. Perhaps you're very private. But I guess you didn't want any interference. You just had to figure it out for yourself. That you'd be open and willing towards a new beginning in love, but understanding where it was coming from first by understanding what was important to you first. Okay, that's fair. I think that's fair. Cracker, celebrations, New Year's, what's going on? Positive energy surrounds you. Love, joy, and good fortune await. 7, the firecracker. Some of you are really looking forward to the new year. Number 7. Lion. Ferocious. 16. I harness the loyal and protective aura of the lion and charge ahead magnificently. Yeah, I know. I see that. You're going to go roaring into the new year. Yeah, I see that. Look at that power. Oh my goodness. 16 and 7. May it be. Lovers was underlined. That just happened to catch my attention. FYI for some of you. Loverly. Well, the lovers is quite loverly for some of you. Yes. We're going to go roaring into that new year, eh? Who are you kissing on New Year's? Maybe it's a little past that, though. I don't know if it's that fast of a turnaround, but you know what I mean. Okay. Attend to the details. Last quarter moon in you. Attend to your details. Stay on top of your P's and Q's, as they say. All right. Speak your world into being. Very good. If you know this is what you want, you got to speak it into being. First quarter moon in Gemini. Let's see. First quarter moon in Taurus. Release control. All right. I'm glad that you have goals and you're aiming yourself accordingly. Just leave some room in there for flexibility as well. Last quarter moon in Leo. Lighten up. There's some very strong Taurus and or Leo in the chart. There's such a sense of prominence here. Forward motion fixed. I cannot be deterred, and I don't want you to. I'm not trying to. A touch of Aries too. I know that once you've decided upon this, you'll be moving forward, full steam ahead, and I completely support that decision. But what I like the most is your concession there towards the end. Okay, maybe believing in new love isn't stupid. Or a new beginning in love. Maybe it's not stupid. Well, yeah, maybe it's not. You can see what you can do when you're in alignment with you, right? And you're seeing the results of that. The care and quality you put into others, you're receiving it back. And now you're starting to believe for yourself that newness is possible and that you're allowed to aim towards it. And it's not a matter of vanity and ego talking. It's because it's actually right for you. That's all your advice was. Okay. We have the letter U. What? 2 U's. U, and Y. That may or may not be relevant to you. We had a little spatula. Somebody loves their cooking, hobby, profession, or frankly, just might be cooking right now. We have the Medina of Cancer in the reverse, the key word here being imaginative. And some of you might have some very critical placements of Cancer in your chart. Could be connecting. And chakras in alignment. Oh, is it our imagination that we weren't in alignment? That's one of the things that fed that 5 of Swords, self-sabotage. It's my imagination, my fantasy, what it is I privately hope for. That's not alignment. No, that was informing you quietly this whole time of what it is that you do want. But we kept it in that space of fantasy, right? It's just imagination. And we keep it in our imagination. No, it's not going to be in alignment with who we are. We're not taking it seriously, you know? So hopefully we are changing that, I should think. Okay, and the dice. We have the number 14, 11, and 6. And once more, these may or may not make any points of reference for you, but you let me know as you see fit. I do hope this helped. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What is going on, please, for Capricorn? Show me that Capricorn collective, please. Okay, let's do that one more time, please. Let's see, Capricorn. That's better. What's going on for Capricorn, please? The Hierophant, 2 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. All right, steady as she goes. 10 of Wands, Queen of Swords, and the Star. All right. 10 of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Empress, the High Priestess. Okay, for now, I see you focusing on what matters. You're saying my higher self is dictating this. Regardless of anyone else's perspective, you're consulting with me, myself, and I first. What do I need to do for my pathway? Because right now, you're showing me concern over it, that you got it. You got it. but it seems to be a priority at this time. Heavy earth. You might be double, triple, quad earth. You let me know as you see fit. The Hierophant, 2 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. You have recently decided, decided upon a course of action where you're like, I'm trying to find more stability in my situation. And maybe, if I'm successful, find a little more comfort, a little more quality time, a little bit more sense of I'm taking care of my needs too. So you have a heavy, heavy sense of pathway here, providership, sense of responsibility, commitment to the higher self. But what it is you are recently deciding upon in terms of getting your pathway more in shape, if you will, the idea is how it's going to benefit you in the greater scheme of things. Specifically, how you can spend more TLC with you, more quality of care time with you, raise your own sense of self-worth by understanding you need to take care of you too. So while you're showing me a lot of busyness on the upfront, this is what I got to do, this is what I got to do, this is what I do, and you're committed to it, you're there, you're in it to win it, you're saying this is going to pay off further down the line. It's going to increase my sense of comfort and home and care and sense of self. Okay. So there's a heavy sense of obligation, commitment to the 3D, but with tangible goals in the long term. There's something here I need more time to myself. I need to get back in touch with my own sense of self-worth. I need to make sure that I'm the priority here. And if that means sacrificing some upfront time, okay. I see you trying to consolidate several things, honey, just to get more space for yourself. And it's one of those things, in order to be clean, you had to have been dirty a little bit. It's going to be one of those things where it gets a little bit worse in terms of busyness before it gets better. Okay? But that's there. That's absolutely there. I know, but you got it, though. You got it. You do. You're stressed out by the time you get there, but you do get there. 10 of Wands, Queen of Swords, the Star. I see you not too far from now seriously contemplating the longevity. Do you want to keep going at this pace? You're managing all this very, very well. Don't get me wrong. Let's make that clear. You're managing this very well. But you're saying, I carry too much. And then I find myself in a position of overcompensating just to have some peace with myself from time to time. You ever been stuck in that pattern before? Where it's like, I'm overworking myself. Okay, let's create a whole bunch more activity so I can have more space to myself. And then it starts all over again, this vicious cycle. That's where you are. And like I said, you're kind of back of hand energy with this. You're used to it. It's your particular norm. It's your 10 of Wands. It's your responsibility of your choosing, right? But now I see you seriously questioning, do I want to keep doing this? This seems like a lot. And it does. It does. It does seem like a lot. And I see you rightfully questioning it, as you should. You will be getting answers from yourself, though, soon. I think you're keeping the core of your operations here, but with modifications. I do. Just to summarize it, long story short, I see you making modifications to your star, your highest hopes, wish, and values, if it means that you have more to give yourself and care for yourself and love for yourself, because you seem to be very comfortable, but I don't see you taking the space you need until you absolutely need it. And that's going to be enough to exhaust anybody. 10 of Pentacles, Knights of Cups, the Empress, the High Priestess. You have a feeling, and it's a good one too. You have a feeling that, foundation aside and the busyness that it entails and knowing what it is you signed up for and all the responsibility, intuitively you feel your heart's going to start aiming to softer directions in the future. You have a feeling it's going to go somewhere. Of someone who has a very strong sense of self, productivity, empowerment too, like you. You have a feeling your heart's going to start driving in a particular direction. And there's more to life than just, how can I maximize my current 3D efforts and how can I get a little more space to myself? That also means softening up a little bit. It's looking like perhaps maybe in all this busyness, you're a little more inclined at some point in the future to start sharing your world a little bit more intimately with somebody. So who that is, I don't know. But they seem to have a strong level of productivity and sense of self-worth attached to them. And your heart gets a little soft around them. It gets a little ooey gooey. You know what I mean? And your intuition's like, yeah, I know. So it's looking like you want to open up to a more softer value in future. So I don't see you making major changes to what you have in place. But I do see you strongly assessing if you want to continue on in this way in your life. No major changes. I can see why. I mean, you're clearly well-to-do. You're well established, highly responsible, highly networked, highly resourced. It's not something you're just going to easily give up or give away. But I do think you going within and being like, do I want to continue to maintain this pace? I think that's a very reasonable question. And like it or not, I mean, you're going to start making changes anyway, especially if your heart's starting to soften up and move in a particular direction. You feel that intuitively. That's not a pentacle thing, honey. That's an intuitive feeling, and it's coming from a place of security that is your foundation because that's clearly in place. But I don't think you want that to be the be-all and end-all in your world, right? No. No, I don't know who you're expressing your heart to in a soft way, a romantic way, a vulnerable way. But if this person has any idea of what their worth is here at the Empress, they would tell you there's more to life. Right? Let's get some advice, please, to Capricorn. Let's get some advice, please, for Capricorn. All I do know this is that you two either share an environment or you have very similar core foundation values. Okay? But I'm leaning towards environment. Okay. Let's get... Okay. The King of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the High Priestess. Your heart's telling you to move in different directions, that there's more to life than this. Ooh. It's just that feeling you got called out by the universe. Like your heart's shifting direction. It doesn't just want to focus on your big goals here. Your big goals are established. The only thing I see you wanting to make modification is where you don't find yourself in this rush of energy to find more time for yourself. You know? And that means including other things that aren't just foundation-based resume stuff. And it's not that's important. Of course it is. I know it is. But like this person's pointing out, and you feel it for yourself, there's so much more to life than that. Your heart is drifting in a different direction. It wants to spend emotional energy outside of this. You're solid, honey. Trust that. Trust what you've built. And taking care of yourself also means allowing yourself to feel other things than this. You want to connect romantically? Do it. You have someone that hits your heart space in a soft way? Go towards it. See what happens. You have such a strong intuitive feeling attached to you. You know your heart's shifting. You know your heart's not completely in this all day, every day like it used to be. It did its job. Now allow yourself to feel other things and move in different directions. Oh my goodness. There's someone there that you would like to connect with. It's a little further out. They're in your community. I knew it. 10 of Pentacles, they're in your environment. And the Fool, yeah, they seem to be not far from you. So well-founded, the Fool. You wouldn't have to open up too hard there. You wouldn't have to make too many sacrifices. This seems to be someone, it seems to be within your network or within your reach, even at the tertiary level. It's like you may not know them directly, but you know someone who does. Like this, you wouldn't have to be too distracted or search too hard. You know exactly where your intuition's pointing you. Your foundation's good, honey. You're secure. Soften up. Explore the avenues, please. That is absolutely part of taking care of yourself and knowing what your worth is. It's not just how busy you can get to take some time off. No. It's weird, but man, when I get a Capricorn locked in and focused on one thing, by God, you will stay there, and you will stay there, and you will stay there until you pop your little head up and be like, is there somewhere else I could be? That's it. Let's get some oracles for you, please. You open up. They already seem to exist within your world in close proximity, I would dare say, within the next few weeks for some of you. Reconsider. Some of you have a tendency to put this kind of stuff off. Reconsider about what the next couple of weeks are going to look like for you. Please, there's something you've done. You've done it 1,000 times. You're used to it. Okay. Just reconsider some of your actions over the next couple of weeks. Are you giving yourself time off, or are you just scrambling to give yourself some much needed space? Okay. And is that really a good representation of what you understand your self-worth is? Because it seems to me, if your heart had its way, it would be connecting to something a little bit more on the intimate level, which, by the way, your intuition is driving you crazy because you can feel it out there. It doesn't seem to be that far from you. But it's nice to see some of the fantastical for you. It's been very operative for you for the past couple of weeks. Trust me, I'm aware. Choose a new direction. Whatever it is you think you got planned over the next couple of weeks, loosen up the plan. Okay? Just loosen up that plan a little bit. I'm going to get this done next couple of weeks. Why don't you go back to the drawing board on that one? I just don't you feel like you want to do other things? I know you do. It's a rhetorical question. Yes, the answer is yes. For the Capricorn I'm looking at, I know you want to do other things. Specifically, you want to connect more intimately with someone else. Maybe allow ourselves to draw more to that feeling, okay? Aww. Number 33, the unicorn. Success, hope, freedom, healing, and magic are all available to you if you just believe. Whatever it is you're planning to do within the next couple of weeks and you're not going to deviate from that plan, I want you to resketch that a little bit. You know, the unicorn, you're special, honey. You're magical. You know. There's so much more in you than that. I know you just want to kind of hold up in your your stable and just be comfy and cozy by yourself for a while. I'm just saying there's more to you than that. You're unicorn, honey, you're special. And you want to share this with somebody. I know it. I see it. You have that magical feeling here, that intuitive self, not once but twice. You got to believe, make the space for it, especially when you don't want to. Especially when you don't want to. That's when you really need to strive to make the space for this. Marriage, unity, a coming together, a meeting. These together, unity, celebration, a coming together, a joining. Number 34 and 20. A time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. You radiate and attract great love. You are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. See, that's the underlying theme to all this. You're more than someone who develops their pathway and is strategic and a good provider and someone who's intelligent and can work hard. You're so much more. There's something else here. There's something else for you. Just whatever your plans were this next couple of weeks, get flexible with those plans. That's all I'm saying. I was really looking forward to staying home and reading that book. And honey, I love a good book. I love a good book. Okay? But maybe instead of turning another page, you get dressed. You go to that one New Year's Eve party that you immediately dismissed when you got the invitation. You're like, you've been to one New Year's Eve party, you've been to them all. Maybe you do the opposite of that. You go. Or you go to that one thing, or you do that one thing, and you kind of thought about it, then you dismissed it. Do that. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I can't tell you what to do. I mean, I can try, but Tarot Lady don't mean shit at the end of the day. Tarot doesn't dictate action, you do. Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. Full moon in Cancer. Let your fears dissolve. Stress, anxieties. Allow yourself some emotional release there. Okay? And then full moon in Libra. Find a balance for yourself, please. Okay? Let's find that balance for you. Numbers 15, 12, and 2. Okay? May or may not be of use to you. We have the letter D, we have the letter F, we have the 4-leaf clover, a touch of luck, and seashell. Some of you have some very interesting Cancer in your chart as well. Listen to those emotions, please. All right? Do you really just want to hunker down and read a book? I get the appeal. I do. Book lover myself. But you know what I mean. Is that really all you want to do for the next couple of weeks after you work so hard to give yourself some space? Come on now. Capricorn, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What is going on, please, for Scorpio? Some of that Scorpio collective, please. What is going on for Scorpio? What's going on? King of Wands, Three of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. Oh, thank you. That's wonderful. That's nice to see that for you. That's lovely. Oh, it's so bright. Ten of Cups, Seven of Wands, and Justice. Okay, that's all right. The Wheel of Fortune, Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles. You're like, I'm growing something here. I hope they understand that. It's so Scorpio. King of Wands, Three of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. The long and short of it is you feeling something about somebody somewhere, and we like the feeling. We do. You're all fired up, honey. King of Wands, you're downright excited. Passion, ambition, Three of Cups. You're like, yeah, that feels good. I'm connecting to this, and I'm going to keep doing it. Ace of Pentacles. In fact, we're going to invest on that. We're going to double down. We're going to see this a little more. A little more, a little more. And the Knight of Cups. This has definitely got you feeling some kind of way, honey. Vulnerable, soft, romantic, passionate, fired up. You're liking this. Is it brand new? Did it start? Because you look really excited, but also managing your expectations. But with like, I'm trying. Yeah, I'm giving it the old college try. Knight of Cups. I'm being soft and stuff. I'm being romantic. Yeah. Somebody somewhere's got Scorpio feeling like Scorpio. I've got your water here. I got your passion. And then we got the Ace of Pentacles. So it's coming across as a legit thing. And it feels good. It's feeling good. I like it. I like where it's taking you. I like how it's making you feel. It's got a little smile on your face. You're like, I do all right. Somebody's got planned for New Year's. Yeah. He's got you all lit up, and it looks like it enjoys connecting to you too. So good job there. Ten of Cups, Seven of Wands, Justice. You're like, I'm still being cautious though. You're still being cautious. You have boundaries in place, which is good. I'm happy that you have boundaries. You're saying, in the greater scheme of things, if it doesn't fit into my Ten of Cups value, it's not going to stick around. You're not going to allow it, and you won't compromise that part of yourself. So your family, your friends, Ten of Cups is very comprehensive. It's the emotional rainbow. It could be a couple of people. It could be 20 or 30. The point is, these are the vast majority of your emotional stakeholders in this life. And you're saying it has to harmonize with that. Otherwise, there's no point. Until then, you have boundaries. You have high expectations about how you will emotionally connect with this. On the upfront, it looks great. But if it doesn't balance against the greater scheme of things or balance against the bottom line, your bottom line, it's only going to go so far. So you already kind of have that in place. So I like that. I like that. It's a little firm, but it also says you know yourself. If there's no point, and if it can't harmonize amongst my other cups, or if it doesn't have a purpose or a place, this is only going to go so far. So while on the surface, you're like, I like this. I'm connecting to it, and I want to keep connecting to it. Makes me feel certain things. Makes me feel good, alive. But hey, if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. That's what she said, right? If it don't fit, it don't work. Ten of Cups, Seven of Wands, Justice. You're like, I'm enjoying myself, but I'm not crazy. You're like, I still have a goal here. It has to be balanced. It has to be harmonized, or it's a no-go. That's a very firm boundary. Seven of Wands is right there at the center of your reading. I will say that you are trying to connect with this a little more, but you still have a goal in mind here. Peace, balance, and it has to make sense. Otherwise, again, no point. Wheel of Fortune, Four of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. Life has taught you fast forward a little bit with the Wheel of Fortune, but also looking back on it in respect to what you've learned. You're saying life has taught you to be conservative with your emotional investment. I agree with you. Ace of Cups is our master symbol. Okay. We are at our heart's value, literally our heart's value. We are emotional investors, which means when we're in it, we're in it. But if we're underdeveloped Scorpio, we will emotionally invest in the wrong people, places, things, circumstances. But our heart's conviction is such that says we have to be here. There wouldn't be any other place that we would be. And we won't hear it. We're fixed water. We're stubborn as anybody else. We won't hear it. We just won't. I don't care. I love it. And you can't talk me out of it. And so nobody's doing that to us. We do it to ourselves. But when you're in it to win it and it's positive, which means you're a smart emotional investor, right? You know what's up. You know what's at stake. You know how it's making you feel in the present, and you keep doing it. but you also have a greater scheme in mind about what works and what doesn't work. It has to balance and be fair, otherwise it's not going to happen. They will feel the firm end of my stick if they can't fit in my life, that kind of thing, because life has taught you, again, this is reflection on future about this situation, about why you are showing me emotional conservation practices, is that you're a Scorpio who's learned a couple things about what it is to be developed versus underdeveloped. Take your time investing in love. Don't rush the process. Have a goal in mind, and don't be so closed off and stubborn that you can't grow within it and find yourself in it. And don't invest so quickly that you regret it later, right? So finding that compromise, all I'm seeing for you is that you're going to continue to carry on unless you see evidence otherwise. You do hope at the end of the day that this will have a greater purpose or serve a greater purpose in your life and context in terms of emotional inclusion, okay? Developing into something further, but you're also saying you won't rush it. You're saying real love and understanding if it's real love takes time. And you've learned a couple things. You've learned a couple of things about not giving your heart away all up front right away, taking your time to develop the roots. So again, this is reflection. It's not a guarantee of your future. It's just a reflection of what it is that you've learned. Okay, and why you're showing me caution, boundaries, but also the willingness to be open and to try it all. So I say good on you. You are probably the first person to show me active. I'm doing this thing. I'm trying it. I got to step up and try this. Otherwise, what's the point? And you like the results you do. I see a lot of people theorize about what they would like to do with somebody maybe after the new year or so, but you're like, no, now. So that's been nice. I don't know who you're connected to, but you do. If you haven't yet, I would say soon, but I like the softness in you. It brings out some really strong romantic qualities in you, passionate qualities in you. So again, natural, organic, healthy, but with purpose behind it. I like that. And that's a good lesson learned for all Scorpios, yeah? Do not apologize for having a huge heart, but you also don't want to be in a position where you end up apologizing for it too, more so yourself. I'm sorry, Scorpio, we fell in love with this person. I'm sorry, Scorpio, we fell in love. You don't want to do that, right? That's the point some of you have. You don't ever want to be in that position of having to apologize for what you fell in love with or emotionally invested in, right? We want to avoid that. You want to make sure it's the real deal, the safe bet, and that it grows in equal with you. All right. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice for Scorpio. I think you got a pretty good grip on this. Five of Wands in reverse. Five of Cups, Page of Wands. It's like there's no argument here. You're trying to avoid future regrets. I got it. Those Five of Cups are still with you. The lessons of your past, your regrets, your losses. Five of Cups for us, I have to point this out all the time, is remarkably normal. It is one of our minor cards. The point is don't get lost to it. Don't get lost to the past or you will never understand love of the present. Okay, that includes yourself above all. If you want to feel love, if you want to have love for yourself, you have to be willing to set the past aside. Learn from it, but set it aside. So you're saying you won't have any argument on this because you don't want any future regrets. So you're going to be open, but there's some things you will not argue about. All right? The past is the past. It's done. We want to keep ourselves open towards the future. No future arguments either. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. That's not good. What's up with that? Lack of stability. Lack of roots, lack of firmness, lack of direction, lack of investment in love. Queen of Pentacles and King of Pentacles in reverse means somebody does not know a good investment when they see it. They don't know how to invest. They have no instinct to invest appropriately in love. You had a lesson in this. People who cannot invest in love, they can't stand up for themselves. They don't know what a good deal is. They don't know what a good investment is, or they don't love themselves enough. Anti-worth. Again, King, Queen of Pentacles, reverse, anti-worth. When somebody doesn't understand their worth, they don't know how to invest in love. That is absolutely true. Oh, Lord. Alexa might kick off. Just a second.
Someone was detected at your front door.
I'm going to say, okay, no, it's not the right time. Oh, I'm guessing that it's Amazon. All right, excuse that interruption. I was like, no, that's not the right time. I was like, there's no way it's that late in the afternoon. Anyway, somebody who does not understand their worth will never truly understand how to invest in the heart. Love, new love, any kind of love, really. When you don't know your worth, you don't know what your heart's worth. You don't know how much you can give, and you don't know how much you can love. Yeah? Okay. There we go. We had some lessons in that. Yeah, Four of Wands, relationship. Won't know how to invest in a healthy relationship. Okay, you're showing me something here that you had to learn the hard way. There you are. Queen of Cups. Relationship. Where you had a lot of love here, an emotional relationship. And someone could not say the same, but rather because they didn't understand what they were worth, they could not invest in it in the same. This is something that you still think about and you reflect upon. It still affects you to this day, but your heart's in the upright value, which means you still know that you are worth investing in. Okay? Once more, do not give your heart away or develop any sort of emotional-based relationships with people who don't understand what they're standing on. They have no idea who they are, or what they're trying to do or give, because they don't believe in themselves, so on and so forth. You don't know what you're going to give, then you never know what you're going to get from them. Okay? Which isn't much. All right. Let's get some oracles, please. Well, I'm glad you know who you are in your heart of hearts. You have a beautiful, loving, open heart, strong emotional investor. You have your priorities straight, and it's up to you. Okay? It's up to you who you connect with and why. You set your boundaries in place. Absolutely. Let's see here. Meditations brings answers. You've meditated on this a lot, and you understand about choices and self-involvement in your own particular level of participation. Very good. But yeah, you've done a lot of meditation here, and there's just some things it's a firm no to. You have a strong sense of boundaries here, and this will give you success in love and otherwise. Okay? Very good. I would like to have seen a little bit more about who you're connecting with, but I suppose if you're not in it yet, you will be soon enough. So I don't have too many clues here, other than the fact that when we start connecting to it, you like it. You're not going to run away with it. You made that clear. But you like it enough to keep connecting to it and understand if it has somewhere to go. The Sun. And I say for some of you, could be some Leo there. Sure, why not? Could be some Leo. That could be fun. Number 30, Sun. Open your heart to the enormous growth ahead. Sunflower. Yeah. That could be some Leo energy, sure. Mountains overcoming the challenges. I see that. Anything else in here, please? Nah. Oh, spoke too soon. Abundance is near. Number 1. Lucky times are ahead of you, along with good news, success, and prosperity. And whatever this is that you connect to, it actually might lift you, or you could lift each other, or could be within network. Okay? In other words, your environment. All right. There it is again. 3 Leo cards. Completely different text. New Moon and Leo sign. We got some sunshine for you, honey. And yeah, for some of you, FYI, a little bit of Leo energy there. Or it could be Leo season. I'm not looking that far out, but I can't say it's not a possibility. First quarter moon in Aquarius. Trust the universe. For some of you, by Aquarius season, this might make itself known. Okay? It might make itself known. All right. What else? Yes. 15, 10, and 20. Oh, 15, 10, and 20. May or may not mean anything to you. We have the letter V, we have the letter X, we have the medallion or the seahorse, really, of Pisces. So there's a very strong sense of emotional heaviness, but the feeling that we have to keep it to ourselves, okay? And then also snowflake, winter, time of winter, and then transformation of these feelings that we've been keeping to ourselves, possibly for some of you, heavy water here, could be double, triple. Scorpio, honey, yes, we did. I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Good job. Good luck. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's going on, please? Show me that, Pisces Collective. Show me that. Pisces Collective, please. Let's see, Pisces. Judgment. Tower. Wow. Knight of Swords and the Five of Wands. Page of Wands. King of Pentacles. The Four of Cups. Seven of Cups. The Fool. Five of Cups and the Emperor. Okay. There's a lot of back and forth. A lot of tug of war here. Push and pull. I'm resisting this, I'm open towards it. I'm resisting this, I'm open towards it. And that's what it is to be human. It can be very complex in nature, where it's like 1 minute I'm open to the subject, the next minute I'm shut down. It just kind of depends on where we are, what we're willing to learn at what pace. So you're learning something and it's taking a long time to learn it. It's not a judgment, okay? It's not a judgment call on my part. I read the cards here. And this is the energy. On, off, on, off, on, off. And like I said, sometimes you're like the lion. You really are bravely trying to open yourself towards a difficult subject. And it just as soon as you start to make some headway, you shut it down again. And it's fairly sizable. Judgment, the Tower, Knight of Swords, Five of Wands. There's a lesson here that's hitting you so hard. And it kind of radically changed your point of view on something. And just when you think you've come to terms with it, it pisses you off all over again. And then you set yourself back several paces, absorbing the lesson, understanding how it applies to you, because then you're like, no, it doesn't apply to me at all. This is anti-Pisces. This is not my lesson. This is some bullshit. And then you're like, okay, wait a minute. There must be some truth in this. Damn it. And then it feels like you're going back to square one. It's going to be an exercise in your own sense of patience and perhaps compassion towards yourself, because there's times when you are willing to learn, and I give you full points for that, and there's other times where you shut it down and you get angry and you're like, why? None of this even applies to me. This is stupid. Then you go back to feeling upset and down, and you're like, there must be a reason why. Then you go back to being open-hearted and open-spirited and learning a difficult lesson, and then you get some insight. It's difficult. You shut it down again. It's very elaborate, so I don't know how long this has been going on for you, but I'd say for a while there with the Judgment and Tower straight away in your opening. But the reality is that it makes you feel anxious and frustrated and mad and angry. You get so close to the truth, honey. You get so close to a truth that is for you, if that helps you. It is for you. It's spiritually complex, but that doesn't make it any less yours just because it's not easy to understand or it's not obvious. It's so tempting to shut down lessons just because they're not obvious. You know, if they were so obvious, they would be easily learned and you wouldn't have to deal with any of this shit. But the fact of the matter is there's something here, not the universe, but your soul wants an answer for. You get so close to that answer. You get mad. You get that spark. You get that insight, but it's hard to handle, right? So you get angry. You get angry. You try to run away from it. You succeed for a little while. Then you find yourself upset again. Page of Wands, King of Pentacles, Four of Cups. You're like, my reality is my reality. Okay? I'm pretty stable. But emotionally, sometimes not so much. Sometimes I'm down or sometimes I'm angry. I go back, I examine why, and it's like starting all over again. Why am I not done with this? And I bet you are exhausted. I bet you're emotionally exhausted. The next time I challenge you, you get close to that insight. No matter how uncomfortable it makes you, stay there in it. Okay, stay there in it. Process the difficulty of that moment. I don't know what it is that you're having such a hard time tasking yourself to stay here and look at this insight. It might be all of that insights for you. Perhaps sometimes it's overwhelmingly difficult and negative and you just want to shut it down, but that doesn't mean it's any less for you. Perhaps part of it's for you, not the whole thing. Perhaps it's something that you need to understand that you have to transmute for yourself. Okay, this is negative. This is something that happened. This is part of my nature. How can I change that? Right? Because you don't want to keep getting caught in this cycle of either being really pissed off or really upset and down, and somewhere in between is you trying to catch the lesson, and then it falls out of your hands again. So I want you to stop this just for your own sense of self. You know? I want you to pause, challenge yourself to stay in that moment the next time you have a difficult insight. I promise you. I promise you. Don't push against it. Say, I'm realizing this for a reason. I'm thinking this for a reason. I'm feeling this for a reason. What is it? And look at it from a philosophical point of view, an analytical point of view, however it is. Just don't turn around and shut it down, okay? Just try to stay in that moment. 7 of Cups, the Fool, 5 of Cups, the Emperor. And that's exactly what I see you doing in future. You're a little firmer with this. A little more firm with yourself. You know what? I'm going to be open to this, by God. 7 of Cups, the Fool. I'm going to be open to this. It hurts. 5 of Cups. You're still dealing with difficult emotions of the past, but now you're feeling more empowered as the Emperor. You're like, I can handle this, Pisces. We can handle this. We can handle this. I'm not going to shut this down. I'm going to look at this. I'm going to learn from it. I challenge myself. If I ever want to feel empowered and not feeling like I'm constantly in a position of push and pull or running away when things get really difficult up here and in your heart, I don't know what you're doing physically, and the fact that King of Pentacles is at the center of this. I know your real world is important to you. Your sense of responsibility is important to you. Your sense of providership is a core to who you are. I'm saying in your core, what surrounds it, okay, is a funnel of activity. Just when you start to experience some positive, you come down and you experience some negative. And at some point, you catch a glimpse of a lesson. And then you just resume the fury. Okay? I'm sorry if this is terribly vague. That means it's not yours. Don't worry about it. If you are undergoing a spiritual and emotional exercise that seems to really push the limits of elasticity, you know, you would know that. You would know. So once more, it's either yours or it's not. If it's not, cool, check your other placements. We should know this. But I see you getting emotionally braver, saying, I can stand here, I can stand in this moment, and I can learn from it. Just because it's difficult doesn't mean I shut it down. On the contrary, that means I really have to be brave and stay here and make myself feel this. What can I learn from it? Because I don't want to keep doing this shit. It's exhausting. Yes, I agree. Let's get some advice for you. Other than your anchor here at the King of Pentacles, your emotions are like this. And all it does is bring you back 360, honey. You just... Okay? The thing is with the cyclones, the tornadoes, the circles, they're 360. We want real change, we need a 180. Okay? Real insight means it's of the past reflection, and it can't harm you in present day. So stay there. It's okay if you feel a variety of emotions. Just challenge yourself to stay there and learn from it. All right? I don't know what it is you're having such a hard time processing. I just know that your willingness to be more open towards it instead of just losing yourself to the negative of the past means you make progress. Let's get some advice, please. The Devil. Yeah. I can't say I'm surprised. 4 of Wands, unhealthy relationship. What that relationship is completely up to you and the person who built it with you. That could be anything. It hits closer to home. Some home-based relationship that you equate to the intimacy of one's home connection. That could be spouse. That could be a family member, someone you live with. I don't know. But that's an unhealthy relationship. The Devil of 4 of Wands. Queen of Wands. Pride. There's that homestead. You have such a pressure in you to provide. I understand that. But there's also a pressure to maintain a fierce sort of energy that you don't necessarily feel. It should be positive, but it's coming across as negative. The 2 of Swords. The 5 of Wands. Why is it always combative? Why is it always a struggle? Why is there no new insight here? I'm trying my hardest to provide for this, but it still feels negative, largely codependent, and just chaotic. There's always something wrong. There's always something off. There's always an issue. There's always an argument, and there's no resolution. Exactly. So there is an unhealthy dynamic here between yourself and someone else. And you probably, honey, sometimes you can't tell your head from your own behind. Okay, I got you chasing your tail here. It's still a 360. You know better than where you started. Next time you have an uncomfortable insight, understand that that's for you to stop and listen. You don't have to completely absorb it like your own, but there's something in there for you to learn from. And whatever's in there with you isn't helping, okay? It really isn't. The Fool, be open to yourself. And 3 of Pentacles. There's someone who's Outside energy can help you. 3 of Cups is underlying 3 of Pentacles, or someone you know. I want you to open up towards them. It's not whomever you share this unhealthy relationship with, because we already know what to expect from it. Okay? Your advice is to connect with someone outside of this. I don't know who. You would know best. Someone whom you feel you can open up towards about these difficult subjects. Okay? And have a good discussion about something. I hate seeing stuff like this because it feels futile, but it's not. It's creating pressure upon pressure upon pressure for us to do something with it instead of just taking it. You're ready. You can do this. Don't stop. Move it forward. Romance. Well, in due course, perhaps some of you have started with a little bit of suspicion back there. Maybe it's time for new love or to move away from this. Let's handle this first. Okay? I'm not saying it's not important. I'm not saying it's not going to come up for you at some point. Of course it is. It's already here. But some of you have whispers in the back of your heart that maybe it's time for a new direction. Okay, I understand. But again, once more, let's focus on this. I don't want it to carry over into anything new. The best way is to solve the issue is not immediately jump to new, because we're just going to carry that over into the new. All right? But don't stop. You are ready to address this. If there's love at play here or romance, let's put that aside. Okay? Let's content ourselves with dealing with this a bit more. Okay. Within the next few months for some of you. There's a sense of opportunity that now might be the time within the next few weeks or so. Okay. I would just caution you, don't be that person who looks to new to save themselves. You will carry this over. You don't want that to happen. Okay? Be brave. Number 16, the lion. Harness the loyal and protective aura of the lion and charge ahead magnificently. Okay? A new beginning might be what you need, but let's wrap this one up first. You're ready. Angel, number 2. Your angels are guiding and protecting you on your spiritual journey. Trust the process. It's scary, but trust the process even so. All right? Like I said, they keep pointing this back around to you for a reason. Last quarter moon in Aries, work through your feelings. Yeah, I know. As discussed. Full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check soon. Very soon. We're about to enter Capricorn season. And new moon in Taurus, know your worth. You are worth stopping and looking at these things, no matter how difficult it gets. For your own sense of kind of preservation of self, your own sense of emotional integrity, mental integrity, spiritual integrity, I want you to stop and take a look at these things. Okay, because we can't have you going back and forth like this, honey. It's exhausting. And I don't blame you if you already started thinking about new opportunities in love or otherwise. I don't blame you for that. But take care of this first, because you don't want it to spill over into your next thing. And it will if it's left unresolved. Okay. All right. Number 1, 20. And 20 again. 1, 20, 20. That may or may not mean anything to you. Okay. We have the letter U. We have the letter J. We have the crescent moon for some of you. That might be very important, the upcoming crescent moon. And then the cat, the intuition. Yes, please do listen to yourself. All right. Hopefully you'll have more clarity soon. And be mindful. Listen to yourself. These feelings, as intense as they are, I can see where you're tempted to shut them down. But it's really meant to make you rise into them, to understand them more, not to show how strong you are by pushing them away. Okay? All right. Pisces, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's going on, please? Ooh. Some of that Cancer collective. What is going on for Cancer? Let's see that Cancer collective. Nine of Wands, the Knights of Cups, Death, King of Cups. Whoa. Okay. That's a lot. That's like saying the same thing twice, so there's a good chance it's happening for two people. We'll get back to that. King of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the Empress. Okay. Two of Cups, the Knights of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Sun. Okay. Whatever it is you're currently connecting to from the heart, it's almost finalized, and I am sorry, but I'd rather you hear it from me. Okay. And besides the Cancer I'm looking at, you would already know. Like, literally, you would already know if this is yours or not. That top line's really non-negotiable. And it does seem to be happening in equal measure between two heart spaces. The Nine of Wands and the Knights of Cups. Well, I'm not expressing jack and shit to you. I don't feel soft towards you. I don't feel vulnerable with you. I don't feel anything. I'm not going to allow that. And somebody over here is like, that's King of Cups. No feeling at all. Don't know who is who. Someone's blocking the heart space, particularly any sense of vulnerability or softness. And the other person's like, my feelings for this are dead anyway. So it's like literally saying the same thing twice, just one's a little more severe, non-negotiable. The other person is by choice. You know, not softening up, not being romantic or loving. Okay. The heart's shut off, or it's been walled up, constantly a wall between themselves and what they feel naturally. And the other person's like, well, I don't have any feeling for this. The King of Cups is very strong in emotional character. So is the Queen of Cups, right? And they claim what they feel. And somebody here is boldly claiming, I feel nothing for this. Anyway. So you can go ahead and continue to keep the wall up around your feelings. That's fine. Nothing's going to have changed for you then. If I stop loving this or I stop loving you or whatever the case is. It's like that's not going to change their point of view or yours or something. You know? Wow. I don't know. You would know best. It's really not about who can identify with what. The result is the result is the result. And I am sorry, but that looks like it's in its finishing stages, which is good. I don't want anyone to stay in there longer than need to, because one's just being begrudging and the other person's like, I have no feeling anyway. So you go on then and wall up your heart as much as you want. Mine's dead. Ooh. So it's best that these two, okay? I don't know what the heck's going on. Actually, you know what? I think you're the first person to show me death today. I really am. I'm trying to remember if I got any devil calls, any devil pulls. I don't know. But I can honestly say yours is the first death pull. Okay. It's best left undone then. Okay. King of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, the Empress. There you go. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off. Now, I know that's easier said than done. Of course, I'm not making light of this. It's going to take a minute. It's going to take a stretch. But I do know once it's decided, it's decided. It's done. And here's what I like about your reflection, above all. Regardless if you're this person or this person, I don't care. We have decided here it was in our best interest and empowerment. That this was probably the best possible decision for the situation or scenario we could have pulled for ourselves or triggered for ourselves. This is the best course of action and thought we could have arrived to. And slowly but surely, we're stretching our energy out to move forward with clear, decided actions and thoughts that suggest I am now moving into a space at long last of empowerment. I haven't felt like this in a long time. I feel like I'm taking my life back, specifically the course of your life. How you think about it, how you experience it, it's like I am taking my world back. I'm taking my life back. This is me. I'm stretching out. I've made up my mind. And you have done. And you're saying, I haven't felt this empowered in a long time. I haven't made a decision that was this strongly reflective of empowerment in a long time, etc., etc. So this is how I know it was correct for you. And let's face it, let's be real, let's say it for what it is, honey. You've been moving in that direction for a while now. You know? Wanting to take your life back. Specifically your world. You want your world back? Something like this. Well, I'm just letting you know. You're showing me a fast forward. I was telling someone else I feel better when I see clarifiers, but that's not what we're doing. There's going to be subtleties and non-subtleties, decisions made, small and large, okay, that are going to lead us up to our future timeline. So I'm not You're not just jumping into this right away, but it's there for you in future. So that makes me happy. It warms my heart. Two of Cups, Knights of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, the Sun. You're saying that's so much better. It puts you in a space where you're able to explore for yourself in future a life that includes what feels like something very equal, loving, fun, but with a strong sense of worth. This is my worth right here. It makes you simply happy. And that's not bad, right? The Sun with the Queen of Pentacles. Whatever this union is, and further out. Again, there's a lot of spaces and gaps and things to fill in along the way. But you feel it's a good worth of your measure. It makes you happy. And I suppose that's really all there is, isn't it? It feels very grounded because it's based in reality. So we're holding hands with somebody and we're exchanging energies. And it feels really good. That's the Two of Cups, obviously. And you're saying, I feel pretty good about this. I think this is a good measure of my self-worth. And I think it gives back to me the way I give to it. And it feels natural and it feels right. And frankly, it just makes me happy. Is that all there? I mean, that's, hey, we'll take that. I talk about self-worth all the time and make sure that you're being given back what you put into something or someone. And that's exactly what's happening for you in the future. So that makes me happy. So maybe that's all there needs to be, honey. Okay, so I am sorry about that hard line, but once more, that's been happening for the Cancer I'm looking at, and whomever it is you were connected to, that's been happening. What I'm seeing then is a finalized state, and someone taking ownership of their life path back, and feeling empowered and possibly prospered once more, you know? What I like is that you were comfortably exchanging in future with somebody, and you're like, I really like this. It feels good for me, and it makes me happy, and that's all there is to it. I love that. That's all there is to it. It's as simple as that. I love that. I love that for you. Let's get some advice, please, for Cancer. Let's get some advice, please. When, I don't know. The Knight of Pentacles is at the heart of the reading, so like I said, it's a little stretched out. This seems to be in its final stages. When you actually set foot forward onto your new life path, but reinforced life path, that's the process. That's where the real work is. Okay? The Emperor, King of Wands, Justice. You're balancing with someone of your equal, and it feels very, very correct and very, very right. Yes. Always know what your equal is. Always know what your worth is. And is this worthy of you? We're wanting to find our divine counterpart with the Emperor and Empress here. They're always seeking each other out. Okay. Very beautiful, very strong. Four Swords. That's after a period of healing, as one would expect. That makes sense, of course. Tried to flip out. The Hermit, it flipped out, flipped back in reverse. All that tells me is that we tried to heal this on and off for a while. Okay, it could just simply be a reflection of Virgo energy as well. Oh, yeah. And like I said, the hard part's over. Tower's in reverse. That means it's a little more safely behind us. The illusion's over. You know, we have the opportunity now to scrap that tower, start from the foundation of whatever it is we make for ourselves, but not necessarily with this. In other words, hard part's over, like I said. But we also understood with the Hermit flipping out, flipping back in the reverse, this wasn't going to be healed. Couldn't be fixed. Okay? Okay. And then the Queen of Wands, Seven of Cups. Yeah, I got two matching frequencies for you further out. They will be open towards you. I don't know why I'm supposed to tell you that, but I'm supposed to tell you that. They will be open towards you, and you two will match frequencies pretty quickly or easily. It almost looks seamless. You're making it look easy, but if you two are each other's counterparts, you will understand that sooner rather than later, but I'm supposed to tell you they will be open towards you. It's some sort of question that you have, and you would know the exact wording in that question. All I know is I'm supposed to answer it. They will be open towards you in future. The frequencies are so they kind of snap to quickly when it's time. Okay? When it's time. But yeah, no, it's very equal, it's very fair, it's very balanced, it's very karmic, but karmically appropriate. In other words, you two justify each other well, balance each other well. Okay? All right. The perfect timing, at the right time, at the right place. Everything has its part to play. I'm not telling you to wait. Perfect timing and waiting are not the same idea. Not by a long shot. People who are waiting are often playing into this idea of perfect timing. Perfect timing happens upon reflection after we've lived life and we weren't waiting for anything. Perfect timing is perfect timing. Everything happened the way it was supposed to happen when it was supposed to happen. Okay? Get more information. But don't stop within the next couple of weeks. Get more information. Big happy changes. Get more information. There's something here you need to make inquiries about. Don't drop the ball. Get more information. Don't let a particular subject go. There's something here you need more insight on. I don't know if it relates to the situation that's being finalized, which would be my first guess. Get more information in future. I don't think that's correct. I think it's get more information about whatever this is that's not final, or that's about to finalize. I don't know what it is. Don't drop the ball on it. Don't let it rest, and don't assume that it's okay. Don't take for granted that everything's smooth or done or worked out there. There's a detail in there you need to attune to. Ask others for help. Helpful people twice. Ask others for help. Helpful people. Don't assume to take anything for granted about what it is that you know. Someone might be able to give you some good advice on a particular area that you might think is no big deal, but it might need to be discussed. I don't quite know where that's coming from. Okay. I have not a clue. So I suggest if it means something to you, you do something with it. Don't assume everything's cool. Or I guess I don't need to ask about that, or I don't need to ask about that. Yes, you do. Whatever that is. Wish number 35. Your heart's desire is ready to come true. A little further out. And 16. Yeah, I'd imagine you need the energy of the lion. Harness the loyal and protective aura of the lion and charge ahead magnificently. Yes, very good. And some moonology. Okay, last quarter moon in Aquarius. Reflect on your priorities. Okay? Make sure you understand what your priorities are as you finalize this. Okay, full moon in Libra, trying to find that balance. I see that further out for you and someone whom you share a frequency with, yes. First quarter moon in Libra, keep your heart open. Yeah, that's what I said. They will be open towards you. Full moon in Scorpio, breathe through the tension. Okay? All right. 18. 4. 12. All right. We have the letter S. Scorpio. S and Scorpio. I did say, so you might have some very strong Scorpio in your chart. Could be connecting to one. Some very strong Scorpio in your chart indeed. Did we not? Yes, we did. The King of Cups and Death. Some of you, last Scorpio season might have been very impactful for some of you, especially if something would not transform. Okay. Then we've reached a sense of finality with this for some of you, absolutely. And then we have the medallion of Gemini in the reverse, the key word here being intelligent. Yes, please be intelligent. There's something here, don't assume it's cool or that you don't have to ask about it. There's something here you need to ask about. I don't know what it is. I have the bicycle. For some of you, the bicycle is confirmation. You ride your bike often, or I don't know. When I see the bicycle, I always see the bike lane, because the bike lane has a very distinct symbol right there painted on the road, so you can't miss it. It's a huge bike in the bike lane, obviously, right? But for some of you, cycling is very important. I don't know, it's confirmation for some of you. We have the palm hand, sense of spirituality here is attached to you. Yes, of course. And then we have the dolphins. I know there's that twin thing. And I'm not saying twin flames. I'm saying the duality of two people who inherently understand and recognize each other. These two dolphins, they are shaped in like a heart, like so. I know that's someone whom we harmonize with very, very well. Like I said, it's almost immediate. That's a little further out, though. Okay, Cancer, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well.